to budget a little bit more. I mean, it appears to be going more over than not.
So last year they were at 183, now we're at 150, so, or 2 years ago they were at 183, and then last year's 150, so.
Yeah.
I think we need to go at least 200, I mean, if it's.
Yeah, it could be, because I know we've got, I mean, there's a lot of road projects in
Those are
play at
spelled
various
out.
stages.
They'll charge to those road projects, though.
But those are specific projects. This is just generic engineering support.
So those wouldn't fall under city engineering services.
No, they would fall under those line items when we get to the capital overlay.
When you have a, say, such as Westport Parkway up in 156, or Blue Mountain Road in 156, those are very specific projects. His entire fee, all costs are built into that project. So you know what and you will agree or disagree with the project and approve it or not approve
These
it.
are more incidentals, is what I would.
This is incidental work.
That's how I would classify it.
We can move on.
What other questions we have on,
Water and sewer now.
water and sewer?
Did we do IT?
We have finished engineering and planning, correct?
Yes.
So, I thought.
And we have information technology.
Where's that at?
It's 151. This is the first time you've been so quick. You and Doug both.
Golly.
Information
142,000.
technology. We do not have any positions or salaries or anything in there of that. There is not a lot of change here. Of course, we have Katie Potts, James Tucker, and Stephen Harvey. They make up our information technology group, and they all work together. Reason we have three is Katie Potts represents the more office side of the world, which is standard type equipment, technology equipment, Microsoft Office, standard computer systems, etc. Stephen Harvey, they have the more
Mr. Mayor.
specific fire department, EMS type systems. James Tucker has more specific equipment like in regard to SCADA systems and things of that nature that get interfaced.
I don't think anyone has any questions. I think the IT was, I love the way you guys broke it out. I'm.
Well, I wanted to go through that so that I am aware that y'all have that background, which I am.
But I'm
now.
saying for IT in general, I'm getting head nods. I don't think any of us have any questions, with being 510.
Very good. So does anyone have any questions on IT?
The only thing I just wanted to comment, I found it, but all the internet got moved to this one spot, correct? So everybody's together now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I think we're good.
All right.
Great job on IT.
All right, continuing on. Next up I have is presentation on residential development, and we have capital projects.
Are you gonna go to water sewer?
No, I don't have water sewer here.
Oh, okay.
Not in this presentation.
But we're gonna talk about it after this?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. Residential development, it is a driver for services. going back to 2016, when all the residents, the subdivisions were being developed, there was approximately 2,000 new single-family home residences approved. Right now is, and this was a takedown schedule that created back in 2022 from all the developers, and it's on target to be completed probably in the latter part of 27-28. Right now we are confronted with, I think, the last 240 home sites to be built. And that'll complete all the single-family homes in Aslan. Right now, for 26-27, it is expected that we'll see 162 new permits pulled for single-family homes. Capital projects. Water system improvements. Now, this is a necessity list. This is not the large 10-year look. This is a 4-year look, including the 26-27-year look. We have
No. Current capital for water is on page 163.
Oh, my God.
It's not this same chart, though.
The chart that you have on the screen does not match the chart in our book at all.
Yeah, is the city of Fort Worth meter station somewhere else?
The City of Fort Worth meter station is back in the capital projects, under capital projects tab. It'll be on page
283?
283.
283.
Hmm. Yeah.
So what are we looking at, Mayor?
He did. Oh.
And James, come over here, please. I'm looking at the City of Fort Worth meter station, number 3, and 16-inch transmission line, and 1 million gallon storage. And I don't see it in here. Is that it right here?
No.
Oh, that's sewer, I'm sorry, here's the
Temporary
water.
Quotation. Is that what you're referring to?
Harmon?
Unrelated and
So this project is a total of $4 million.
not that one, no.
It's not on here. I don't know why it's not on here.
The City of Fort Worth oversized extension. Is that not it?
City of Fort Worth, so meter station number 3 with 16-inch transmission line and 1 million gallon storage tank. It's a $4 million project. It's impact fee eligible. But I'll say this, is certain portions of it, design, I'm sorry, I'm reading that project. We don't have any cost for 26, 27 in here scheduled.
Correct. And
That's why. What we do have for 26, 27 is general engineering services for water capital projects.
So on the City of Fort Worth water meter station number 3, for the 4 million, it's currently not funded, but it is eligible for impact fee funding.
Yes,
Okay, and it's something, we're okay waiting a year on that? That's not something that has to be done this year?
that's correct.
Okay. So it's not in here because. it
If
can
you'll
be done
see
next
on
year.
the, right here on the 27, 28, 28, 29 is engineering type work. Actual construction would be in 29, 30, and that's where the $3.5 million is required for that time, for that project. What we have on this water capital project, now, these projects you see here are cumulative projects. The first one here on page 163, this is inclusive of capital requested by the department itself. It's kind of a mix. What you see in back under capital projects, these are projects supported by the water sewer debt issue of 2022. That's page 283.
So on page 163, everything is completed except for the Harmon Road, which will be carried forward at 450,000.
That's correct.
Okay, and then I see the request for the Caterpillar, the Gooseneck dump trailer, the SCADA system upgrade. So all of that comes to 715,360.
Yes.
On the Brentwood Park 8-inch sanitary sewer improvements, is that where we're trying to get sewer to a section of that community or to that neighborhood?
correct. That is the project. I don't think that's the amount to construct that project, is it? Yeah,
Page 163.
correct.
Yeah, it's 580 total.
I don't see this on page 163.
Yeah, it's right there. It says Brentwood Park.
30 and
Yeah, and that's for design. You're right.
project is 580.
Okay, so the 130 is good. Okay. I had no idea that they did not have, that some of that neighborhood is on septic. Did you know that, Doug? Do you know that? That Brentwood, some of it's on septic? Okay, so that'd be the good first step to getting maybe the whole group on sanitary sewer.
Yes.
Well, the intent is to lay that sewer all the way around the loop of Brentwood. Any questions on this chart I have up here and anything on the water projects?
So on the Brentwood, so on the 8-inch sewer line, so you've got $130,000 that's carry forward, and then you've got $580,000 that's budgeted this year, correct? That's, if, I'm looking at, so I'm getting the 130 from page 163, That's what we just spoke about, right? The one, 283. So that's what you've got 580 that's budgeted for this year. Total project, you're looking at 710,000.
So the 580 is a water project, this 130 here is a sewer project.
They're both called Brent.
Okay, so it's, but one, okay, maybe,
They're both called Brentwood Sanitary,
They're both for Brentwood, yes.
but they're both called the same exact thing. Brentwood Park 8-inch sanitary sewer improvements.
Yeah.
And Brentwood Park 8-inch sanitary sewer project.
Here, Marcy, and we're just, you know.
Yeah, the total is 580. I just wasn't sure if we were budgeting all five. Yeah, we were.
I'm confused.
Mr. Ashton, is that what Mike Anderson suggested, is we do the full 580? Just the 130, because I can't remember. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I think the 580.
are they on well
580.
water over there also, or do they already have city water?
they have city water. They just don't have sewer.
Sewer, so it should just be a sewer project.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's a 580 for the total or 580 plus 130. I'm not sure.
It's 580 total. It's 5,000 for the topo, 125 for phase 1, and 450 for phase 2.
Is that in here?
It's not,
Okay,
this was
that's
just
the one
left
we
from, yeah.
That's the question, so what's the 130 that's the carry?
130 is the topo survey,
Because she's got this.
and the phase 1 survey is 130,000 total. And then in 29 is when we need the 450.
You know what these numbers are.
But he said if we're gonna do one, we need to do the other.
580 for this
Total.
year,
No, 580 total.
That's-
450 plus 130
oh,
is 580.
okay.
Correct.
Cool, yeah.
I mean, I know he's
Well,
got
no,
it.
that's the. Okay, yeah, I don't know. That is the total fund cost.
So this is the 130 just for engineering.
Right.
So should
Okay.
it come out of water or just,
It's a sewer project, it's not a water project.
well, I mean, should it be coming out of water sewer fund or
Yeah.
should it be coming out of the CO projects?
We had to confirm that, did we include that originally in our CO? I don't think
No,
so.
we didn't.
We did not, so it won't be coming out of our CO.
Okay. So
This is a capitalized.
So the 580 on 283 is incorrect,
Okay, so scratch that.
and 130 on page 163 is engineering, and other costs for 26, 27.
580,000 is total project.
Total.
So can we write on the Brentwood Park 8, can we just write that that's engineering? Which means in 580 will be the entire cost. I'm guessing it's gonna be split up between 28, 29. Is that my understanding?
2930, but yeah, 28.
Okay, sorry, I didn't have my
29:30, yeah.
microphone on. Yeah, 28, 29.
But it'll be important to do the sewer first before we do the roads in Brentwood.
Absolutely.
Because we don't want to go back and have to. Okay.
So should the 580 be under the CO debt issue for 2022?
No.
No.
So that needs to just be.
That's gonna get removed.
We just covered everyone's pay raises.
Because it was not part of that CO. So this will be a pure capital project, this $580,000.
In 20, it's split between 28 and 29 or for the.
Right, it'll be.
It'll be later. It'll be years out, yeah.
Engineering budgeted for next year.
Understood.
Here we have, I went to sanitary sewer here. Brentwood Wood Park, 8-inch sewer, sanitary sewer improvement. Total project cost of $580,000.
In-depth today.
It is impact fee eligible. We're asking for a total of $130,000 this year for engineering. And then
2 months ago.
in 29-30 fiscal year is the $450,000 for the construction of it. Now, that could be moved up, you know, by a year or two. But right now, it is shown as construction would be in 29-30.
Mr. Tucker, is Buffalo Creek, does that start over in like the Maxwell Estates? Because Buffalo Creek runs through my property.
Yeah.
Is that,
Buffalo Creek one goes from like the end of Odessa all the way towards that metering station over there. There's some capacity issues in the long term there.
but it starts, it's over there in Maxwell? Or is it, where's Buffalo?
It's what Maxwell would feed into. It's what the one in Maxwell, that's what feeds over to that Buffalo Creek interceptor line.
Okay.
So it's kind of starts at Odessa Street at there, picks up all that flow and runs all the way to our metering station over there by the runway. So that was the Buffalo Creek connection, and then lots of things feed into it. Sweetgrass, for example, they feed into it. So does Caraway.
So the Buffalo Creek is not tied, like, it's not connection with like the Creek, because like, you know.
No, it's just
okay.
what they.
That's just the name of it.
Yep, just the name of it.
It runs parallel with Buffalo Creek. That's why it's named that way. In fact, some portions might be under the creek.
Correct. Yeah.
It is.
And this is just.
That's the only reason it was named that way. Now, I will make a note here on this. It says, now, I don't know if Mike Anderson gave it this name, is calling it Phase 2. There's 2 phases to the Buffalo Creek Sanitary Sewer Project. Phase 1 and Phase 2. Phase 1 needs to be done soon. It's going to be needed, that upgrade will be needed when Sweetgrass is finished out. So it should be very soon after Sweetgrass is finished. This sewer line should be in place to receive all that new flow. Then Phase 2 will be done. That's out in the future. We have future plans on that, part of the 10-year plan.
I'm sorry, it looks like Buffalo Creek, we already had budgeted for this year?
The only like the first part, the 165, the 1.6 million is the rest of it.
On 283, we had it budgeted this year for 2.1 million.
Here we have, this is their current,
And that's already included in the budget then, so it'll carry forward. So we have enough for Buffalo Creek to be completed.
right.
Actually, you guys are
So-
protecting,
So we don't need the 165?
I think that's the
Called out?
design.
It is, but
I get what you're saying.
it's
We're-
1.8 total.
Yeah, we're
So I don't know
overdoing
why
it.
it's, 2.1, but I guess we just won't spend that amount.
Yeah, but we should reduce. So why do we have the 165 separated out from the
2.1.
2.1?
And where are you seeing this, what page?
165 is on 163,
163.
It's for 165,000.
and then 2.1 million is on 283. So that needs a total of 2.265 million for a 1.8 project. Because that even includes design.
Talk about this till 8 o'clock tonight.
So that means we take off the 165?
2.1, let me have a second.
he did.
I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to leave it at 2.1.
Well, I mean, it makes our budget, you know what I'm saying, like.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if we don't spend it, we don't spend it. And then if it is more than that,
I have a problem with it.
I guess I didn't ask. What time did you?
The 2.1 in general budgeted for, hold on, I'll. They didn't, I know, I wanted one too, and then Chris got on me for marking his up. So,
We will, we'll get with Anderson and iron that out.
but can I ask a follow-up question for it? Maybe you guys can talk about this as well. Buffalo Creek, as you said, this is a project that will have to be tackled once Sweetgrass is finished. Sweetgrass won't finish this year. And no matter what, it sounds like we're still in the middle of design. I mean, does it make sense for us to be holding up 2.265 million for a project that most likely won't even begin construction till the 27-28 fiscal year?
I know that they have been working on Buffalo Creek. Can you share any with that?
Yeah, so the Buffalo Creek one is gonna be over capacity on, like, when those houses are all filled, that's not to the point that it's not capable of carrying it, but it's past what they feel comfortable with being, you don't wanna run completely full, that pipe. You want some capacity left for I&I issues or other things, so there does need to be, work done on it. Yes, sir.
I think the question is, where are they at in design?
Oh, where are they on
Yeah, so are
design?
we actually gonna take this to construction and fully pay it out next year? Is that realistic?
I don't know,
We'll verify that,
they are,
speak with Anderson.
yeah, because it's called out 27-28 for the 1.6 million.
Yeah, I think we're,
It's only,
But also, we've got, there is a
Phase
phase
one this year,
one, phase two.
Right.
What I'm looking at, he may have
No, I said it.
swapped.
and that's fine. All I'm saying is we don't need to put aside 2.265 million
You're
for
right.
next year. So maybe it's half that, I don't know, but can you just clarify all that?
We will.
Okay. Are you noting?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
with it being 5:30, and we still have a good amount to go, what time are we planning on going to? Are we planning on, we gonna stop like 6:30 and finish this next week? I mean, I was hoping to get all this done tonight, and then I'd be very short next week, but I don't want to be here till 7:30, 8 o'clock. Is there something is there a
What
stoppage time,
time
you
would
think?
you like,
Well, I
we
was,
can call it now and.
I'm good
finish
at
up.
8. I'm
You
good till
call
8.
up- You call the,
8.
I will email you these presentations.
I'm good till 8, 9 o'clock. I would like to get through this just so we have the opportunity for him to we need to make sure he implements.
And you can go ahead and, leave when you need to leave.
If he leaves, this is a special meeting, we won't have a quorum.
It's not a special meeting.
You don't have to have a majority on a workshop?
This is a workshop.
Okay, because
This is not a special meeting.
last 2 years ago, when you were mayor, I had to miss one of the evenings because I had a softball event and we had to cancel because I didn't make
This
a
is,
quorum.
if you'll look at the agenda, we did not call a special meeting.
Okay, I'm good for tonight to go as long as can because I cannot make it next Saturday.
I just want to make sure if council member Gilbert leaves, it is not,
well, my son's at my
Negate.
neighbor's house down the street, and so.
Look at the agenda. Look at the agenda title.
this is not a regularly scheduled meeting,
This is not now,
correct?
if you were making
I'll Google
motions, if you were making motions, having discussions, and
That's what the last item on our,
voting on items.
yes.
Then
Our,
it would have to be a special meeting.
okay, discussion and direction to
That's
staff.
not the case here.
Okay,
This is purely a workshop.
budget
We're
workshop.
not making motions and having discussions and votes. That's according to.
Is that correct, Mr. Ashton?
There is an item here for council to make a motion if council so chooses.
There is not.
Yes, there is discussion and
not.
direction to city
Where?
staff.
Show it to me.
It's fairly obvious. It's a number.
No, it's not fairly obvious.
Yes, it's number 4G, and the city attorney confirmed that, so that is.
Discussion and
No.
direction to city staff, cost reduction tax, yeah,
Yes.
we do get to give direction on that.
It says if the council,
Discussion
oh, wait.
and direction, there's no voting.
So Mayor Hulsey?
If all our items are, it says clearly discuss, consider, and act. There's no notification to the public that you're acting.
Mayor Hulsey, this says if the council is taking action such as giving direction, approving a recommendation, or adopting, then a quorum must be present and a majority vote of the members is present, so.
Okay, you go ahead and do what you're comfortable with. I know that this is a workshop. You're not taking votes to determine anything.
And direction to city staff.
The city attorney did confirm that that language is more than sufficient to provide staff through a motion if that is what council so chooses.
The city attorney is mistaken.
Is what?
Is mistaken.
Is mistaken.
Well, sometimes laws get in our way and we just have to adjust and go
Joe.
with.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, if you need to leave, leave.
No.
I'm good to stay till 8 or 9.
The
Sorry,
workshop will
Joe.
continue.
Make sure you put in the special meeting.
This was not a special meeting called.
Yeah, we can see by your face, you got one over on us.
Pardon? I didn't get one over on you. This is a workshop. We've always billed it as a workshop.
Let me continue.
All right, so we're going to clarify Buffalo Creek Phase 1, Phase 2.
So Buffalo Creek, you're gonna follow up and come back to us. We're definitely not spending 2.265 million next year.
Yeah.
What's next?
I'm thinking we only need the 165, but we can get clarification on
We'll
that.
clarify it and report to what is needed.
Okay.
When are we going to go talk about water and sewer for Mr. Tucker's department? Do we not need to talk
Doing
about,
that now.
we're talking about capital improvements,
We have
right?
the O&M budget, the water, sewer, and the public works shared on the water side.
Right, we didn't never talk about that.
The Oh, we can.
I mean, if you want to skip it, we can skip it, but I just didn't know if Mr. Tucker needs to say anything about his water and sewer department, because we totally skipped over that. I asked you about that earlier, and you said we're not talking about that. So I don't know why we wouldn't need to, but if you would like to skip over it, that's fine. I'd save us some time, but. Sorry, guys.
1 minute, you're saying you wanna leave?
Well, I just don't want to, you know.
It's okay.
Behind.
I know why it's here. So, if we will, I'm going to have to go into this. All right, if we will go to. This is the actual budget review sheet. Again, personnel, come back to that, and their benefits.
Didn't we already approve all that?
So we're doing the water and sewer, there's several, the water and sewer fund capital outlay. And we were just looking at that. Page 163. In the budget work sheet that James and I worked through, we have the Caterpillar backhoe, or 50% or 75% paid for by water and sewer, 25% by general fund. The gooseneck trailer, 50% by water and sewer, 50% by general fund. That the total cost is $22,438. Public Works only, 100% general fund, is the John Deere tractor with loader. We have it in our budget for using 5 annual payments. It's a lease purchase program at $25,480.
You said John Deere tractor?
It's on his notes, it's not on ours.
That's not on our sheet.
Not on the sheet on 163. So y'all need a John
That's
Deere
the water
tractor?
sewer fund. We'd have to go to this is a mix between the water sewer fund and the general fund.
Oh, so it's in the.
So
it's in the-
water sewer fund only would have the
I see it right here. Okay.
Caterpillar
It's on page 21, John Deere. Okay.
on 21.
So it's just mixed bag. This is extremely confusing.
Okay.
And the Chevy Trax, this is Public Works only. Chevy Trax, building janitorial vehicle, $26,000.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Can we hear from our city administrator, please? What was the consensus?
Concerning what?
Am I recognized?
Yes.
Yes, sir, thank you. City attorney did state that if Mr. Gilbert needs to leave, we are fine in that. He also stated that no motion is necessary because if we are taking direction from a majority of the council that still remains, then we can incorporate those changes into what we bring.
So motion isn't required.
To what we bring on Monday. So direction does not equal motion, so we don't need a specific motion. We have the direction to make any changes, should council make that direction.
Wonderful. Thank you.
The water sewer, the SCADA upgrade, that's $175,000 a year. This 26-27 budget year would be the first of 3 years of $175,000 for that upgrade. And the pressure plane improvements under water would, that's covered by the certificate of obligation. That's $750,000.
Can we go on to 165 and talk about all this other stuff?
155.
165 and like talk about any changes in their budget and everything like that.
So we already changed all these salaries, correct? All these were already addressed?
Okay, under the water sewer fund,
Who was it?
You saw it on the general fund
They were,
side.
yeah, addressed on one side. They need to be updated on this side as well.
Some of these salaries were 50-50, so some of them are represented on the Public Works general side, and this is on the enterprise side, so
excuse me, are we in the water sewer shared or water sewer? I'm on water sewer.
correct.
Water sewer,
Yeah,
that's
page
what we're on.
167.
I just asked the question of, didn't we already address all these salaries? And they were answering that some of them, yes, because some of them are split and some of them, no. So they were just
Yes.
answering. So, Marcy, do we need to,
In this first, under clerical salaries, we've addressed the utility billing, deputy city secretary, staff accountant, public works admin, that moved to building services, and assistant finance director. We have not talked about the public works office manager position, which is Emily.
do you agree, Chris?
Works.
Okay,
She is split 50 with public works share and 50 with water.
Is it-
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's office manager split. Okay, the 30,431?
Yes.
Okay.
Crystal, what's the,
This does bring her up to the minimum. The minimum is 60,863, and the midpoint is 71,511.
and how long has she worked for the city?
I think we're at 5 years this year.
And what's her background?
She came from City of Louisville before us, and then before that, I believe she was at the extension agency. She worked for,
So how many years would you say total background?
I'm not sure how long. She was only a couple years at Louisville, but
So approaching 10 years
She
experience.
does a lot, and
Yeah.
she's good. So, I mean, I would say maybe not to the 71, but at least 65.
yeah, she's absolutely a valued employee. She does fantastic, and she does a lot of things that are not in her job description. On the billing for gas and oil and things like that, she does plenty for our department.
Putting it to around 33,000 for each.
What'd they indicate the minimum was for that position?
She's at minimum, and then middle is 71.
Yes, the proposed is at minimum. The midpoint is 71,511.
So I suggested 33,000 for each side, which would bring her to 66.
I think 4. Because 53 would get her to the full mid. So I'm okay with 3,500, 4,000.
No, what number did you say? I'm sorry.
I just said 4,000. So it'd be 4,000, 4,000.
So 34,431?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just want to add, I'm fine.
Still below the mid, but
Approaching.
closer. Mm-hmm.
She wants to add 4,000
And this is for who?
to each side.
To each
Yes, ma'am.
side.
This is for, what's her name?
Emily?
Emily.
And what is she?
She's the Public Works Office Manager.
That's correct.
Do you agree with this number?
I do.
Okay.
I said I didn't see the salary survey, so I don't know what that range is, but if that is in that, I absolutely agree with that.
And everyone else was already addressed? You'll just update it
Do we
across.
need to call out on the Public Works Director, like the different changes right here, or you already did all that? Okay, perfect.
So would this eliminate that overtime? Because wouldn't everybody on here be salary?
She is not salary, she's hourly.
She's hourly. So do we want to, so is she the overtime?
She is, and
She's salary, the deputy city secretary, that's Katrina, she's hourly.
So getting to, I mean,
Council payable clerk is hourly.
so for the office manager, I mean, we're getting kind of up there at salary range. Do we want to consider, since we are doing such a significant increase, I mean, 69,000 a year, I mean, do we want to make that a salary? What is your opinion? Is there,
First off, let me ask, how much overtime does she work?
not that much
She
overtime.
doesn't work hardly any overtime.
Chris has a question.
oh, go ahead.
There are also, it's not just salary based, there's other, other things that you have to meet in order to be a salaried employee. There's a long
Oh,
list.
is it?
There's a whole
Oh, is
checklist
it?
that we can
Okay.
go through.
So you think just keep her as that is, just with the increase?
Right.
I would, yes.
She doesn't, a salary person will generally make, quasi-independent decisions on how to do certain things. Or there would be personnel that report to them.
I understand. And I thought because her title says manager, so I maybe made an assumption there that she had people reporting to her and was kind of that role.
She previously did, Mike's office, the administrative assistant there reported to her directly, and they made that change this year to have that directly under Mike. Different offices, and that's decided there.
James,
Yes.
on this overtime, a lot of your employees that, like when they do like the thing they just had a few weeks ago, we had the bounce house, saw your employees out there, or your guys, guys and girls, and like the National Night Out, I'm sure they're gonna be out there too. Is this $2,000, is that is a common guess, that's overtime for them because they're working later at night, so is that including this, is that part of this 2,000 or is that?
So we had discussed this because it is a little confusing how we've done it. So we do have overtime that should be billed to these individual special events. And that is our intention to do that more diligently. Right now, overtime for each of these categories, it would be covered by anybody that's hourly in this block up here. So anybody that's hourly, if they had overtime, it would be represented here. So sometimes it does get an event is charged to this overtime where it should be charged to the event.
So this overtime is like if you're out mowing whatever until like 8 o'clock at night, or this is?
Specifically, it wouldn't be for anybody mowing.
Oh, just admin? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And so, and more appropriately, it should be if they're working an event, it should be charged to that event. And we're worked out a better process to get those aligned better where they're being charged correctly. And by the same thing, when our guys on the, if they're coded primarily for water and they do an event in the park, like that should also be charged to that event. But it's imperfect in the way that if we have parks overtime, sometimes if they help out with a water thing, it gets charged to that line item as well, even though it wasn't technically done in a parks thing. So we are looking to make sure we're coding that more correctly and keeping better track. But that is, I mean, to answer your question, this is only for the hourly employee and those salaries up here.
Okay.
And then I think typically we're finding that that overtime was event related. So there's not a lot of overtime for her position.
That's good that you can charge stuff to the events too. I like that.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's what it should.
Marcy, did you say Katrina is in this?
Katrina is the deputy city secretary, yes.
It's the
think we already went over her.
90-10 split.
Yes.
Didn't we cover her position? Yeah, okay.
Where do you see Katrina in water and sewer?
She's the deputy city secretary, she's split.
Oh, I see. I got it.
10 with water.
I got it.
Mayor, can we jump ahead to page 173? We have a bunch of line items that jump significantly in water sewer this upcoming year. I mean, it's just back-to-back item that's starting at account 7610. I mean, the previous year we spent 3,384 and we're jumping to 65,000 for this year. And
Okay, so,
Yeah. Do you get what I'm
on
asking?
page 173,
yes, sir.
and what account?
I'm sorry.
What account?
Of all of them, like going page to page, like look at the previous years, and
Oh, I suppose
we're
that's
up
okay.
significantly. Can you show her? It's not one specific line item, it's just
I'm on
in,
page 173, and last year and this year is the same numbers.
Yeah.
If you look at the top of that, it says 23, 24 for 11,000, and then 33, and then 167. So how did it go from 3,000 to 167? That's a $164,000 jump.
Right, well, that's repair and maintenance, that's what R&M is, that's not the same amount each year. James, you want to talk about
Absolutely.
that?
So specifically on the sewer one, there is, besides cleaning and things like that, there is not a lot of sewer repair that's going to happen. We don't have a lot of main breaks unless we have somebody dig through. We're just not seeing a lot of that. Sewer is typically a lot deeper. So 2 years back, we only had our expenditure was only $3,384. The budget was higher, but that's our actual year-to-date expenditure in that one line item. Now, in the last 2 years, we have a I&I program we've added in there. One of it involves doing a study where they go out and do a basin study. We have not completed that this year, but that is what we're asking to continue on next year. That's going to be something we do kind of from now on, is we go back and repair and patch parts of the aging sewer system. So relining manholes, things like that.
so we didn't use it last year.
2 years back, that 24, 25, we did not have that money in there. It was only in this,
Yeah, we're just starting it.
correct.
Okay, so
So
it's,
we intend to still get this study done. I don't know if it'll happen before October at this point, but the intention was for them to do a basin study where they will help us narrow down where the most of the infiltration is coming in, and we can take that targeted result and do repairs based on it. And we know we have I&I issues, so this next year we want to do the same.
okay, so then going on to the next account, the R&M water. This significantly jumped from 24, 25 to 25, 26, and now
Well,
we're holding it. So
and-
what's that one?
And Marcy, that's the actual year-to-date expenditure. That was not the budget, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so that was what
So
was
that's what we actually spent.
correct.
What
So
did we budget actually for this past year?
125.
Yeah, for this year.
Oh, so we actually budgeted and spent it for,
We have not spent all that, no, I don't think,
okay, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
yeah, those top numbers up there are just showing what the actual year-to-date, but not the actual budget. And what's hard on that is any kind of major main break, if you have like a single 16-inch water main break, I mean, that could be anywhere between $25,000 to $50,000 for repair. Those are big repairs when they happen. This covers, I think this is a reasonable amount for what can happen in a year, and I know you don't want to put a huge amount out there just, for what ifs, but it does not take long to get that. We've been fortunate in the last few years, but we have a lot of new stuff. We were, for the prior years, we were having very large main breaks where we're having to subcontract out. But I think that's a reasonable amount to keep maintenance in what we have.
What is it at?
The current year to date is $37,488. And last year, it was budgeted for $125,000. In '24, it was budgeted for $100,000. There was an adjustment in there for inventory, so it was actually higher than that. Would have been right at that.
Are we looking at,
R&M water,
huh?
R&M water.
Yes.
So it sounds like we haven't even hit 100,000. I mean, do you see a lot of wear and tear where you think we're gonna make a significant jump this year? Or do you think we could move this back down to 100,000? I mean, I'm just, from what she's saying, we haven't even hit 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially move it down to 100,000. I'd be hesitant to want to go much lower than that. Again, it's hard to predict how bad a season's going to be. We are overdue to have things breaking, but you can't ever predict it, and it doesn't take much. Marcy, did you say what our the last few years, what was it, 2 years ago to say what you said it was?
2 years ago, you would have been at 100,000. The adjustment for inventory that year hit that account, so the actual expenditures where you see this negative, I think
I got you.
that
There's-
was an audit adjustment, so if you added back $98,000 into that, you were close to 100,000.
There's some things you cannot set a hard budget to. This is looking at when something fails, I've got to fix it, I have to fix it right now.
No,
And-
we understand. I'm just saying, if we've come close 1 year to 100,000, do we really need 125? And also, if an emergency occurs, just like with the firehouse, we can amend the budget very easily. So the question is, do we really think, I mean, we don't need this is not that important. So it's just whether you truly think, or you think 100,000 is more realistic.
Give
it's-
you
it's
my
your call.
preference, keep it at 125, only because if we do get in that situation, I don't think it takes long to get there. And if we were back in the year that we did use that much, the cost of all these things are so much higher. I mean, the cost of a fire hydrant is 3 times what it used to be. Just brass and hardware alone for repair parts, I mean, it's gone up pretty significantly.
Council, you good to leave it? Okay.
I'm good.
I'm good to leave it because you never know about the winter time. You never know what a lot of stuff might break or whatever.
So the next one is the next big jump, 213,000. What's that one?
So this one is like a prediction here. We only spend out of this when we get a new water meter coming, like a new service that's added. So those fees are always recouped. They're just not available. We have
So
to
we're
have a fund to
reimbursed,
pay for them.
so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So that's why, I mean, in the past, they just threw a number in there that probably wasn't, accurate to what was spent there, but that's all it is. It's a pass-through. We're only buying meters that are paid for with new services. This is just where we charge them to, and it should settle up each year.
Okay, so
What items else do we have questions on in here?
the credit card fees, it went down, but I'm still questioning $160,000.
Yeah, I remember when we got hit with that a couple years ago. It's just, that was
Yeah,
just.
can I, sorry.
We do expect those to go down once we convert to the new software, because our software company has their own credit card processing piece. But yes, those are, we kind of watch those to see whether we would need another person or not, because a lot of people are paying online now, particularly since COVID. And so if they're paying online, it's free for them to pay online, so that we don't have to pay somebody to be in the office. If they come in person and pay, there's a 2% fee for them to come in. And so we offset some of that. We offset some of that with rebates that we get off of our purchasing cards. But yeah, they're high.
So can I ask why we don't just charge the fee? Like for me, when my children are in dance or sport, if there's a fee, because I'm choosing to pay with a credit card, I have a fee. Why is the city taking that hit?
That's just what the decision that was made prior.
Marcy, correct me if I'm wrong, but this has come up before, and pretty sure this is calculated into the rate. So when they figure out the rates, they incorporated what those costs would be. And so it should be being accounted for. It's not itemized on there. It's built into that rate structure for what water
So
costs.
they are paying for it?
It
It's
is
not itemized,
Yes.
but in the rate study, it's part of the expenditures that we project out to see what the rates should be, so it should be covered in the rates.
We'll confirm that, because we're saying the word should. We don't know explicitly
Okay, so you'll
whether it is
confirm?
or not.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
mean, I'm
confirm the credit card
99.9%
fee.
sure that it's covered.
Yeah, so that's my understanding, and because this has come up, that it is covered that way. We do need to verify to make sure, but that is, was a consideration of it.
Yeah, if we can just, if it's easy enough to double check, because I mean, that's significant.
They have gone down. We've been making efforts for them to go down, and we do expect them to go down further.
What other items do we have? We have the, right after that, we have the other change. After that is the STW annual lease. That's gone from 15,000 to 9,731.
I'm sorry, Mayor, where are you?
That's 8410-02.
Amount stayed the same, 9731.
That's our current software. It expires 12/31. That's why we're converting to new software. We've got this in here to cover through our conversion, because our fee with them will expire on September 30. We're hoping they'll even carry us past December 31st if we need to. And so we have that in there, as well as the new software fee.
What about the increase to the Fort Worth water? I mean, that's significant. What are we at for the cost of this year? Is it actually going to be 2 million?
So,
On page 177.
yeah. Yeah, I think we're on track for that. That's another one that's fun to guess what we're going to pay for purchases, because you have things like peak hour, peak day fees, and we are getting very close to our basically maximizing what we're pulling from meters. We're on target. I think that's a good number for next year, but I think where we overestimated in the previous, this one we might hit right there.
So can someone explain this one to me? Sorry, since this is my first year, I'm trying to understand these ones. Why are we purchasing water from?
So we purchase wholesale water from City of Fort Worth. So instead of us producing our own by well or wastewater, our own treatment facilities, we purchase that water from Fort Worth. They get it from Trinity Parent Regional Water Development Board. So that's where where we pay them for it, and then there is also a revenue where we charge our citizens for what they buy.
So we make this back.
Well,
Yes,
we
I
did
think
go
that's
up on
the-
our water bill, so.
The intention is we are covering all operating costs with what our rates are.
What's our revenue for water this year? Sorry.
Revenue. with
Revenue.
Water revenue.
$5.7 million is what we've projected,
What page is that on?
159.
159.
Oh, I went back too far.
I was already on
Hopefully
it.
we make that with all the rain we had earlier.
So 5.7 and we pay 2,
Mhm.
but plus all the other costs. Okay.
James, on the, on 177, back to that page, the fire hydrant repair and maintenance, you mentioned a while ago that fire hydrants have gone, like, tripled in cost. You went from 5,000 to 10,000 on that. Do you, throughout our whole city, how often do you think a fire hydrant fails or has an issue or breaks or whatever?
So, so most fire hydrants can be completely rebuilt, and a lot of the repairs, I mean, just depends on what's damaged. The main thing that would fail is a $50 part at the bottom, and that's just a piece of rubber.
Huh.
But in the past few years, we've had a lot of people hitting with traffic accidents, things like that, and if they damage, basically, if it damages the entire upper or the lower piece, you have to pretty much replace that whole section. So we put that in there because just this last year, we've just replaced a bunch. Everything else is, I mean, the cost of brass components have gone up, but I would say the average, if it's beyond just the maintenance piece, if it's a damaged component like a stem or that, they're about $500, give or take. But $3,500, I think, is where we're at for the standard, 5-foot Berry hydrant.
A new fire hydrant costs $3,500. That's not bad.
It used to be $1,500.
I'm sorry, can I ask a follow-up question? How come we're not increasing our revenue for water where we've increased it year over year? How come this is the first year we're projecting it to stay the same?
Revenue or?
Yeah, the revenue for water. And same sewer, we're also projecting the same. This is the first year where we're not doing any kind of increase. We do have more people moving in.
What page are you? When you bring up the question, if you would, say what page you're on.
159?
159
I know that
at the top.
council last year did go up on, water and sewer, right, Zach? Last 2 years have gone up on both, so I don't know if this is
Where are we
just,
heading this year, Marcy?
Now, Beltip and Associates is currently doing
Yeah.
water rate, sewer rate studies.
I believe we overestimated the previous year, and we just,
Keep pulling it. Sorry, I'm just standing because my back hurts. Okay, we'll have to start doing yoga. Start doing squats.
So did that answer your question?
getting it.
She's pulling up numbers for us.
and we went up on trash last year too, so, just saying.
I'm just saying because we have more people moving in, wouldn't we?
And you see an increase in
Yeah.
then you're also paying the service to have them, I don't know.
Current to date, we have 5.7 budgeted, we only have 3.8 collected. And
But the majority of usage is happening now too, so.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's summer.
last August, we had 929, almost 930,000, and then
Okay. so
584, so, yeah.
So do you think we're on
August
track
and
to actually
September.
get the 5.7?
I don't think we're on track to make the 5.7, but, let's see.
So can we update the projected year end for this year for water, sewer?
I think it'll, let's see. I think we'll be over 5. I'm not sure we're gonna make it to 5.7,
So you think it's close?
yeah.
What about for sewer? Melanie, what did you say we increased last year?
We increased our water bill and our sewer and our trash.
Last year was just sewer.
It was the year
It was the
before was water.
The year before it was water, sewer, and last year was the second piece of the sewer.
Second piece of sewer and trash, because we went to the
Yeah.
second
We
bulk.
executed a new trash agreement.
So sewer, we have 2.79 budgeted, and we've received 2.1. And
So sewer, we're gonna reach.
sewer, we should reach,
So then are we under
yeah.
estimating for the following year? And then if we haven't looked at water, and it sounds like 2 or 3 years? 3 years? Water hasn't been looked at for 3 years then?
And we did water last year, or
What she just
2 years,
said.
2 years ago. We did water, sewer, you said then sewer, trash.
We did, 2 years ago, we did water and sewer, and on the sewer charge, the council decided to phase that in over 2 years. So this current year, we did the other piece of it. And we're currently updating the water sewer rate study, and I believe Fort Worth sent us a little surprise the other
Yeah,
day that
that
they're
appears-
going up on water, wholesale water, so we're looking at all those pieces again. We don't have to do a full-blown study, it's just updating the one they did a couple of years ago. Bill Chef developed a model that they can update pretty quickly, so.
So do you think, off of what you're saying, for water specifically, because they increased the cost of water, we haven't increased it for a while, do you think wait until we do this study and maybe reevaluate it next year is what you're saying? And then for these numbers, do you think next year, water and sewer, those numbers are correct? For the revenues, I'm sorry, on page 159.
I believe that James and David looked at those revenues and thought that they were gonna be good for next year, yes.
With us- My only question is just because you're saying, for 5.7, it sounds like we're not gonna quite hit it, so it sounds like it'll work for next year, but for the sewer, it sounds like we are for sure gonna hit it this year. Would we not see an increase with the houses, some of the industrial?
I mean, we didn't think we were gonna see an increase based on where, the sewer rate, the sewer is a little easier to predict because those are winter average for the most part, with the exception of, commercial, their build. So we felt that was gonna be pretty accurate. We could look at those numbers and make sure,
Kind
longer
of look
wait.
at it more next year after we've done this study.
And then,
Councilmember Weiss, let me ask you, what are you proposing to decrease the water revenue?
No, I'm asking why it stayed stagnant, because we'd never stayed the same rate year over year. So I was just trying to understand why we stayed the same, and now it makes sense, it sounds like they just don't expect it. But no other year did we stay the same exact number, we've always gone up. So it was just a question to understand.
Understand.
That's it.
Are you good?
Yeah, I feel like.
All right, great. Any other questions in,
Water, sewer? Any more? Mm-mm.
I don't have any more for water sewer.
all right then, okay.
Gentlemen? Doug, do you have anything for water sewer?
Hey, water sewer, it closes water and sewer. All right. I know that several of you said you can wait, you can be here at 9 o'clock. That doesn't mean staff can be here at 9 o'clock. So, I'm going to suggest that we conclude this meeting and finish out. I'll email you these.
I'm okay going till what about 7? Do y'all feel that's appropriate, or do you rather go 6:30?
They're good. We really need to go over capital projects, because
I'm
that's where
fine.
we're gonna have a lot of discussion.
Stephen's fine too.
Let's do capital projects. We can. Let's do capital projects and we can reevaluate at 7 where we're at. That's in 45 minutes.
So go over capital projects. Then we'll pick up with water and sewer shared.
That's what we just did, right?
no, there's
That
a
was water and sewer.
shared expenses. There's a public works that's in general fund and also in a water sewer. It's just some shared
I'd
expenses.
like to go over that, just
Yeah,
because,
just get it done. There's 4 pages.
so Public
Eric,
Works.
can staff tell us when they're hitting their limit?
I'd like to know what it is, so we can call a time. Let's call a time. I don't want to keep just going indefinitely.
I already said 8, so I don't. 8. Question, Mr. Tucker?
Crystal, you good for 8 o'clock?
Whatever y'all want.
Marcy?
If we need it, somebody can leave if they need to leave, but let's.
James?
Fine.
All right, 8 o'clock.
Stephen, I don't know why you're here, but. You have anything else to do?
I just knew there were 2 items on the capital if they had questions on them.
Okay, well, we can start those after we finish water, if that works.
The items on the capital.
On the general fund capital, there's 2 items being put out.
I think I can handle it. I mean, it's up to you.
It was the fire radios and fire equipment?
Yes.
Yeah, I had no issue with either one of those. Just so you know.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to water sewer shared.
Where's that at?
Page 183. 181, yes.
Let's get through this.
I don't think I have.
Okay, again, water and sewer shared for those, many of you know. 50 or some percentage is paid by general fund. The other percentage is paid by water and sewer.
Yeah, I had no questions on this section. I don't know if anybody else did.
No.
Back, did you make any notes on this section?
I'm good.
Mayor, did you have anything you wanted to go over?
I'm looking for any big ticket items. I don't think there is any here. There was one under uniforms, 8930-99 uniforms. It was a Scribner's error. There were one too many zeros in last year's budget, $65,000 for uniforms. It's only $6,500, so they got corrected.
Oh, it was something we caught, somehow made it back.
Okay.
Mayor?
Yes.
Since we're all good with that, I realized 2 items we forgot to finish discussing before we move on to those capital projects, which is we spoke about page 28, which is the charter mailing postage.
Okay, hold on. I want to dispense with this item here, water and sewer shared, before we go on to anything else. Anybody have any questions on water and sewer shared?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay,
23.
charter mailing.
Yeah, we said on page 28, we kind of started talking about the cost of $23,000 being a little much, going door to door to make sure people were actually getting them, but then we never took action on this. So what do we want to do about?
I thought we were gonna we had directed to get some more information on how many had to go to a
We're going to,
household versus
where
a
we
registered
left that
voter,
is
so
we'll find
that it
out
wasn't the person that was going to
if we
see
can mail
we
it to a
had one
household
yes.
or each individual
And that
voter.
would put the cost down if it was only gonna be like one house, even though it's 2 registered voters or 3 registered voters there.
If we can find out how many houses, I mean, even if they're not registered, they might want to see this and want to get registered. So I think if we,
So that's why we said going door to door.
Maybe
if we can get some,
let's say there's a household that's got 2 registered voters or 3 registered voters.
Yeah.
If we could put all their names on that one address label, would that suffice? Looking at fulfilling the law.
State law, right?
I've got 4 registered voters in my household. So
we
I don't
will-
need 4
we'll
different
approach it from
mailings.
multiple different directions.
But we were talking about above and beyond the registered voter. What happens if my neighbor Joe Schmo isn't a registered voter, but still wants to see this charter and get involved? Well, that was a concern, so we talked about, instead of using postage, going door to door to ensure every single resident of Hazlet actually gets a
Okay,
copy of
what
that.
we would do is fulfill the law.
Well,
I think we
that's just the
can,
minimum. That's the
Right, that's the
minimum.
minimum.
we can find somebody that can pay them by the hour,
It
and
can-
we
it
can go,
can-
and they
well,
can go to every
you know,
house.
Like a
and they can-
courier.
That's a courier.
We
They
can
can
put
do
out
that.
a communication, I would suggest this, instead of providing that unregistered voter a hard copy, is We'll post it. This is also on the network.
Well, there's a
But
lot
again-
of people, there's a lot of people that cannot read stuff, that cannot with their eyes read stuff on the computer. They would rather print it off. And so I was talking to somebody this week. It said whenever I'm reading on the computer a PDF, I print it off on my printer. I don't want that person to have to print off a 40-page document on their printer at home. So I'd rather take it to their house and pay somebody an hourly and just get it
Yeah, I'd
and
like to
send it.
just get a cost on what a courier service might be that would give a copy to every house in
There's
Haslett.
there's companies you can hire, people for like $10 an hour. You can hire 5 of them, and they just go door to door to door.
And it might be cheaper than $23,000.
Exactly. And you ensure that every person, we understand that the requirement is only to registered voters, but at least my belief is that every resident of Hazlet, regardless of them being a registered voter, should be getting a copy of our charter, because this will impact them. This is the future of our city. Every person in Hazlet should get a copy of the charter, whether you're registered or not.
It will affect them no matter what.
And
Even
that's how
if-
you get people involved.
So you could, potentially, they could read that charter and go, I want to get registered. I
Correct.
should be registered to vote.
Exactly.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
So
check
can
out
you-
that price.
So can you look into what you were gonna look into, which was
I just called it a courier service, but I
Yeah.
don't know what technically.
and also the legal requirement, is there any concern with us hiring a courier and going door to door?
I mean, laws sometimes get in our way, but I think at this point, we want to make sure that we're doing above and beyond
Yes.
for our citizens.
I don't think you can have to check with the mail service, because I think with the elections, you can't hire just a courier to go stuff things in a mailbox.
So you gotta
And the city
double
can't
check.
do that. You can't put flyers on your own in a
No.
public mailbox.
Lay it on the porch, ring the doorbell, but you can't not put it in a mailbox.
No, we'd ring their doorbell and put it on the front porch and walk away. You can't legally put something in somebody's mailbox.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
So just looking into that and estimating it. And then the other item that somehow got lost in the mix, this one, Tanya, we had discussed, which is, I don't know the page, maybe you do. We were talking about polos for council.
I was
Probably
wondering where-
inter-services.
I was wondering where
We
Crystal
saw where
got her- not
Haslett,
Crystal,
the Parks Board had that,
Jasmine
and
had
so did maybe someone else did, like city logos and city.
Yeah, where's that in the budget?
That's something that we could look at for this current fiscal year, because I don't think we'll be expending all the funds. But I don't believe there's an actual line item. I just have to
Could be
find.
community outreach. I
Right.
mean, just go under
Yeah,
that.
can we get that added? Can you figure out where you want to put that and get that added for us? I'd love a few polos. This
And
is-
what are you talking about? Logos?
She's won a polo.
Polo shirts for when we're doing city events, like the park, the
Fireworks show.
The fireworks show. It's nice for us to present as being a part of the city. People come up and approach you more and talk to you, or other events.
So you're talking about polo shirts for city,
Yeah.
elected.
Polo shirts, hat.
We have that
jackets,
for all the
whatever.
volunteers and staff.
Yeah, but not council. I'm talking
That's
about.
what I'm asking.
Yes,
Is it for
council.
the council?
Council, mayor.
At the 4th of July, I wore my little name tag badge thing, and Jasmine was saying it'd be nice to have your polo and maybe your badge on, so that way they can see, oh, he's an elected official or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering this morning, where did she get that cool polo?
Oh, you were gone that meeting. Yeah, and in the past, when I was newly elected 8 years ago, I think Katrina reached out and gave us some options for, I think I have a long sleeve shirt or different things for going to
And you
events.
still can get that.
That's what, so.
Where?
that's
Nothing
what we're
crazy,
talking
just like
about, yeah.
$150 per year per council person. They can pick out a shirt or two and like jacket,
jacket.
whatever, for these events we go to, whether it be in the city or when we're going to these luncheons and representing the city of Hazlet.
When we go to the Chamber of Commerce lunch, it'd be
Yeah.
nice to have a City of Haslett polo or something like that. Normally I wear like this with my name tag on it, but it would be nice to look official.
And Crystal, to follow up on that, getting city council pictures done, professional pictures done again. We did that individually, and then there's also like a group shot that was either in the chambers or was in front of like the city hall. It was updated on the website as well.
I suggest we wait for the economic development manager and do it all at once and hire for the city photography, the city
All right,
officials.
so
Yeah, we
what
could.
are we reviewing next? I know we're kind of bouncing around here.
Capital
No,
improvements.
Yeah,
Huh?
Capital improvements. I think on my picture, I'm like, looking up, because it was like,
I just realized, did we ever see the HCEDC's budget?
We haven't done theirs either. We haven't done Parks Board, we haven't done the special funds. I would like to do the special revenue funds before we did that, but I think we'd have time. I think we can,
We just gotta move efficiently.
so how, but I'm good if
You
where
wanna
y'all
do
want to
special
go.
revenue? What do you wanna do?
I say
All right,
special
council,
revenue.
I think we should close this meeting at 7 o'clock. Yes,
We said we were going
7
to.
The
o'clock.
governing body and all staff said 8 o'clock, please. So can we go to the,
We have the, here's the water system capital improvements. We started out on that. And that page on water systems capital improvements.
Can we go to
have
page 21?
Two pages to page 279 is capital projects. And then also under what section, Marcy?
Yeah, can we start on page 21? That'd be amazing.
Is that for water projects?
what's everything included?
Water projects only.
But
Didn't we already,
we've already gone through that. Mayor, can we go to page 21, please?
Excuse me, madam.
I second that.
He doesn't want us to go over the
Page
capital.
21.
That's what's going on. That's why he's trying to shorten the meeting. He doesn't want us to go over the capital funds.
No, I do.
Okay, so then can we go there?
Let me finish some business here.
Water capital is on page 163.
We've already done that.
Oh, and the COs are 279. Okay. Sewer is, that's on the same pages.
Water and sewers on page 163. And then back in the capital projects tab is where the COs are.
Okay, so we are finished with the water, we are finished with the sewer, correct? Anybody
Correct.
got any questions on that?
Correct.
Okay, streets and drainage capital improvements.
So those are on page 21. And then back in the capital projects for, Fund 26, which is on page 280.
All right, 21 and 281.
There will also be some in Fund 20, which are maintenance, for the street maintenance fund.
That's the street maintenance fund, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well,
But
So-
the street maintenance fund is just going to be repair projects, not capital projects.
Well, we'll discuss that and talk about it.
I'm just gonna make a note right here that this is why we don't wait until the 1st of August to start the budget workshops. This is why you start them in July, if not June. But street improvements, can we go line by line, please, Mayor? For the intermodal, starting with intermodal parkway on page 21.
Yes.
I'm trying to find it on here. Am I blind?
The street improvements on 21, this is the page that you don't like.
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah, this
it
is,
has the 3 different sections in it.
okay,
So up in the top, under 20, 25, 26 projects, there's street improvement.
mm-hmm.
And then down in the carry forwards, there's some street improvements, and then in the new section, there's
Okay.
street and street.
Starting
street
with
and drainage.
intermodal. Go ahead.
Yes.
Is that where you're starting?
no. When you say intermodal, are you talking about from Pask to Blue Mound?
Yeah, this is only passed to Hazlet Parkway for this particular line item was approved specifically between, it's intermodal phase 1, which is Pask to Hazlet Parkway, and this is supposed to include the design and the additional light That's what that is supposed to be.
This $1.1 million project is for the intersection. And also just marrying up the existing two-lane intermodal south with Asset Parkway.
That's what I just,
Yeah.
yeah. So, which only goes to Pask. It stops at Pask. So what
It
is
doesn't
the,
go down to Pask. You're talking about 4 lanes going down to Pask? There's only 2 lanes. This 1.1 million would only have 2 lanes to
yeah, it's,
Pask.
half of it's already constructed. It's the other 2 lanes for the between, that's
Not this project.
That's per our city engineer. This was what was already in the budget, was between Pask and Hazlet Parkway. It's supposed to be the one
Was
light
it?
that's missing.
It's the construction
Between
of 2
Pask-
lanes from Haslett Parkway to Pask, and then a transition to get them back to 2 lanes, and then the 1 extra light mast, which is on, like signal light, which is on the north side of Intermodal and
Yes.
Haslett Parkway.
So I would like to clear up the verbiage to Intermodal Parkway. Can we label it Phase 1 so we're all on the same page, that this is Phase 1 as we call it? Because in our capital improvement plan, the southern section from Pask to Blue Mound is called Phase 2. I just think it helps for clarity. But what is the $35,000 increase?
That was an additional estimate. I'm not sure what it covered, but that Mr. Anderson recommended.
Mayor, do you know what it's for?
This, an increase, this 1.1 million is probably a year and a half old in an estimate.
So it's just for increased
Increases
potential
in
cost?
cost.
So question for council, do we really think we're going to construct this next year? We're still in design. We think it'll happen?
I think that was the intention, correct?
I
Yes.
think the design is complete.
There wasn't too much forward. I mean, I think it was ready for construction with the exception of easements and.
I know it's supposed to come back to us soon. I just didn't know, and Mike's not here. So, okay, so we need to leave it and do so we're just going to add the Phase 1. Is that okay with you, Mayor?
Yes. Phase 1, you're going to leave the 1.1 million here, right?
But plus the
Add
35.
additional 35,000.
Yes, sir.
So carry forward.
Excuse me?
I said carry forward and then add the additional 35,000.
So
Yes.
put it at 1.135. Can we put a line item right below it for Intermodal Parkway Phase 2 design? We've already got him working on this. So yeah, he has a cost of 600,000. I highly doubt he can do the full thing.
In what year?
In a year, I would say maybe like 3.
Is that in 1 year, though?
He
Or
has
this
it
next
for
year?
27, 28, but we've already asked him to start designing it.
Okay.
So, or even less, just to where he can do some of it.
Intermodal?
Intermodal Parkway Phase 2.
I think it's fine where it is.
And what do you
There's
call
nothing for it.
intermodal parkway phase 2, Adam?
I don't know why it's doing that. From where the Phase 1 ends off, so it'd be from Pask to Blue Mound. So
That's phase 2.
that,
So you're
that's
talking
Phase
about
2.
Blue Mound West.
No, intermodal from Pask to Blue Mound. It's the section between
Oh.
Caraway and Sweetgrass.
Okay.
And so he's working on that and right away. So I don't think we
Where
need
if
to-
I'm, let me think, if I'm on Blue Mound and I go over the hill and I take a left on Intermodal, it's that section?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I did
So
worry.
who, you said he's working on that, it's been authorized by council, or did someone ask him to do that?
We asked him to bring it forward for this budget, which he's not here. So I would like us to put something in there to where he can get
And
started.
that wasn't
Back
presented either. I
Back
mean,
in June, at a city council meeting, I think back in June, I don't know which one, back in June, she asked Mike Anderson to start designing intermodal phase,
That's right.
phase 2,
I
and she
recall
asked that we talked about doing like a little snake, we
Right.
talked about, so it wouldn't be
Yeah.
going at 90 miles an hour down the road. That,
Yeah,
So
and
that's
we
it.
don't, I don't think we need a lot, because I think Phase 1 is gonna be our priority this year, even if it's just, like 100,000 to where he can kind of if the designs
I
overlap.
think after we add in, back in a lot of other street projects, like Blue Mound West, 156, John Day improvements, John Day Road, widening John Day Road. That just is to me yeah, we can add it when we see, but that one, I would say we take off if it's
Probably the
not
least
the
important.
least important in the priority level.
I agree.
But we can put it in and then see what it looks like on the budget and take it out if it's,
And I think we keep it small. Honestly, to me, the priority more lands with, I don't care if we only put 50,000 for design, sorry. But more importantly, I want us to have right-of-way acquisition for
Started.
all over the city, but in particular, all of intermodal. I'd like us to label right-of-way by kind of intermodal right-of-way acquisition. I think we should put, I'm sorry.
Can you turn it down a little bit?
Okay, I need to clarify something that, so to get it, you're looking at the, project sheet here. Is intermodal, we got 3 phases. Phase 1 is the $1.1 million project, installing the light and connecting, the intersection approach to, intermodal. Phase 2 is the western 2 lanes. Now, phase 1 being connecting the approach to the existing 2 lanes that we have. That's phase 1. And installing the light. I'm just reading off. Phase 2 is the western 2 lanes between Hassett Parkway and Pass. That's phase 2. Phase 3 is south of Pass to Blue Mound Road. The remainder of that construction. So it's a 3-phase approach. 1.1 is the intersection light and there would be no right-of-way requirement to take the intersection approach, the south side of it, and taking it to the 2 lanes. There is no right-of-way required. There is right-of-way required from the roundabout, from Hassett Parkway down to Pass, if the western 2 lanes are built. That right-of-way has to be purchased.
Okay, a further question. Do we have to break it apart like this? I mean, intermodal is intermodal. If we say right now that the -09 fund is going to include intermodal from the intersection at Haslett Parkway down to Blue Mound, can we just spell it out like that? Do we have to make it this difficult?
If we do it in phases, we can make use of the roadway.
It's
If
your
we move
microphone.
from Hassett Parkway to Blue Mound, one big project, well, we're just not gonna do anything until we get it all done.
I don't
We
think.
can't, if we do the phased approach, residents can have use of the roadway.
I'm not saying we don't phase approach it in design. I'm saying put all the money in one line item that we want to give to it for the year, and then we design it how we'd like. There's nothing that says you have to design it
It's
as.
not gonna be any cheaper.
No, but I'm saying, why do we need 5 line items for one? It's the same issue.
3 line items.
I'm being exaggerative. It's the same issue we have with the firehouse fields. We don't need a line item for just,
This is a phased approach.
that way if
There
one,
are some projects that are better handled with a phased approach. You know what you're doing.
no one's.
Is the intermodal west connection, you're saying that's from Pass to Blue Mound?
Intermodal phase 2.
Is that what you're calling phase 2?
Is from Hassett Parkway to Pass, the
That's
western
not
2
what Mike
lanes.
Anderson said.
I'm
That's
asking
not-
the
that's not
line
what-
items,
that-
which one, the line items right here, intermodal parkway, intermodal west connection. What is intermodal west connection? I'm trying to
Can I see what
clarify
you're
that.
looking at?
Intermodal, yes, come on.
Because Mike Anderson has not explained it.
Phase 2 is the western 2 lanes from Hassett Parkway to Pass.
Phase 1, so it's the same thing. We're saying the same exact thing. You're just calling phase 1, phase 2, and phase 2, phase 3. And that's because phase 1 is what's already been completed.
It's not completed yet.
How are you going to spell it out? I give up. So phase 2, you want to call phase 2 the 1.135?
Phase two,
Phase 1.
phase one is the 1.1 million.
That is not what Mike Anderson has said for the cost. He literally just went over it with us in a meeting in June and said that 1.135 is for the, or 1.1 at the time was for the light and going down to the intersection at Pask, stopping, not at any work that needed done at the intersection wouldn't be done. It was going to that intersection. That is what he said in that meeting.
But if we leave it just saying intermodal parkway, then how we're not putting phase 1 or phase 2 because they're the same.
Yeah,
They're the same.
but before he said it's only what's been.
That's my understanding is that 1.1 was to complete the signal and that connection from Paso Parkway to Pass. That's
All the way to pass. But he's got something totally different here.
Yeah, I think it's just an error. It should say phase 1, phase 2, not phase 2, phase 3. I think it's just a typo.
Yeah, I think we can carry this on to another conversation, but for intermodal parkway, for phase 2 and right-of-way acquisition, we still do need to acquire right-of-way. And we still,
Well, this says 600,000 and 600,000.
See, there's something wrong with it. You can't do all that for $600,000. You just can't have it.
the right-of-way acquisition he had at 1 million, I believe. I would have to, it was on Chris's. Does Chris have the same one? Because his was a little, can I see it?
He had marked his up, I just didn't write mine.
I don't know, but I'm gonna point out,
We're gonna put a star on this.
For
and
intermodal?
We're gonna confirm it with Mike Anderson.
We're gonna concur. I like that. If we could figure out intermodal, that would be great. But like she said anyways, this is low importance probably.
but this is, when we have a workshop like this, we need to make sure all council members have all the same information.
Yeah.
You guys are looking at a spreadsheet, Zach and I don't have a clue about
don't-
what's going
I don't
on.
have it. Yeah.
And Councilman Wise doesn't. And we're passing around spreadsheets, they've got one over here, we don't know what the heck's going on. So let's make sure everybody's got all the right information in front of them, please, and just speed this thing up a lot quicker. And frankly, we're getting hung up, it sounds like a lot on semantics. It sounds like we do need some clarifications from Mike Anderson on what this intermodal project is and what phases were we at and where we're going. But the bottom line is, we need phases of projects from intermodal, from Hazard Parkway to Blue Mound, and split up so we know what's going on, where the money's funded, and what the timelines are.
100%. Doug couldn't have said it better.
So
leave that alone.
James, Joe, please get with Mike, get this ironed out, and let's just move on. That whole road needs to be done. I think Councilman Wise has spoke with Mr. Anderson about this, has information about it. Obviously, there's information on the spreadsheet that's wrong, so let's get it cleaned up and go.
And I don't know how many sheets that renditions of this sheet that Mike Anderson has
It doesn't matter.
pushed out.
Okay, so we'll come back on intermodal. Can we talk about the schematic for Blue Mound? Since I know you pushed back against, you sent a statement about that the verbiage says construction, and I'm actually working with legal through that because construction does include design. But in the meantime, I think Blue
Are you
Mound.
talking about using the sweetgrass money
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah, the 660. We're not gonna have that argument here, but while we're working through that, I still think it's very important that we're continuing to work through on the schematics for Blue Mound, and I would ask that we put it in this upcoming year's budget, and then if we can work with legal to either, one, get their concurrence to build back to it, or two, I also asked Jeremy to look into if we can, I'm not gonna use the right words, but revise the
Yeah,
agreement.
there's another option, which is to talk to the developer and see
Yes,
if they'll
correct.
change the CFA. And I think that I feel like he'd be open to that, but I think we should add the 335
Thank you.
back in to our,
For Blue Mound schematic.
for Blue Mound, just in case it can't be recovered by escrow.
Okay, and this is the Blue Mound 156 intersection.
No, this is all of Blue Mound.
All of Blue Mound,
This
okay.
is
Speaking
the
from
full
Harmon
schematic.
Road to John Day Road, correct?
Well, that's just a design.
Harmon
Yes.
Road to John Day
Just
Road.
the
Correct.
design of
Oh,
the whole
yes.
stretch, okay.
Yes,
But I
sir.
also want to put back, I also want to put in, and I don't know if we need to, this is a conversation about issuing debt, but Blue Mound West, the cost of that is $975,000. Blue Mound West, 156, like the whole Blue Mound, that section to the, going west.
This goes all the way from John Day to Harmon.
But what we asked Mr. Anderson to do, we directed him to talk about Blue Mound West.
He budgeted for the whole thing,
It's-
and he said
But I'm
that.
saying it's not in this budget.
No, we're asking for him to put that 335 for the
And
schematic.
I'm saying that's to do 975 for the construction. We need to put that in. The $975,000.
Sorry, is that on your thing?
Yes.
But we wouldn't go into construction next year.
But we need to put that in there. We also need to put John Day improvements at
$975,000 for what?
Blue Mound West, 156.
That's 156 to John Day Road to do what with it?
Well, Blue Mound West, 156 to,
Blue Mountain West would be 156 to John Day Road,
yes,
and do what with it?
to have them,
Oh, is that to the, from the,
Yes.
because.
like Lonesome Dove, like where the railroad track is.
Because
What we've
Fort Worth is
asked-
already doing the other one,
What we've asked Mike Anderson to do.
and match it up to the intersection.
Correct. And it's not in
That
the
design,
budget.
the schematic is a part of the, for that little section is a part of the 335. He said in the meeting, he didn't break it apart, but if you're wanting to, the construction part of it, if you're wanting to fund that for next year.
It's just it's the final design and the right-of-way acquisition equals 975.
That's his intersection. The Blue Mound Road intersection improvement.
Where do you see that in here?
No, that's right here. No, that's a separate thing. That's a-
Where is it in the budget, is what I'm
It's
saying?
not.
Yeah, so I want to
But
put
his
that in the
schematic
budget.
has it.
Whose schematic?
The schematic of all of Blue Mound that is a part of it. He's pulling all those
Who is
designs.
he?
Mike Anderson.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not budgeted for us to begin construction on that.
No,
It
but we
needs to
wouldn't
be
be
put in there.
anywhere near construction.
Well, just, not construction, sorry, just the preliminary final design and right-of-way acquisition. To get that going needs to be budgeted. It's not in our
The
budget.
right-of-way
There.
acquisition. Okay,
Talk
so you're
about
talking about
schematic
right-of-way.
design, that's what he would get for his $365,000.
Correct, she's
No.
talking about right-of-way acquisition, correct?
Yes, I'm not talking about,
The schematic.
I'm not talking about schematic. It is preliminary
Right.
final design for 450 and right-of-way acquisition for 525, which is 975.
And for right-of-way for all Blue Mound, if you look at all of his separate line items, it's well over 2 million.
Right, this is just getting it started. It's got to be budgeted for us to do it.
I was gonna say for Blue Mound, right-of-way acquisition, I was actually gonna suggest 1 million, because it's just
I
gonna
mean, it's
keep
fine, it's
getting-
975, so it's, get to
Yeah.
go to 1 million,
Oh,
it's
is that-
fine.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't hear.
So,
I thought
yeah.
you said 570.
No, 975,000. Oh, wait, no, I did say 525, because it's called out. You're saying double that for right-of-way?
If you look down all of Blue Mound, he calls out for well over 2 million. I don't think we'll acquire that in 1 year, but I think 1 million for right-of-way, so he can work on it and.
Well, okay, that's my next, I had it separate. I had it separated by the Blue Mound West, 156, 975, and then John Day Improvements, 1.425, so that is the 1 million of right-of-way.
I think we just put Blue Mound,
Well, he has it separated out, like as in,
do we want to keep it that way in our budget though, so specific? Because then we have no idea what the right-of-way is going to cost.
he's estimated 525 for Blue Mound Road at 156, and estimated 1 million at Blue Mound Road and John Day, so.
Would you feel comfortable just putting Blue Mound right-of-way acquisition for 1 million?
Maybe it needs to be 1.525 million.
I know that's total what he wants, but I don't think he's going to acquire that much in a
Right,
year.
it could be a lot less, correct, I mean, it could be like half that, could be,
Yeah,
but I
we-
feel like we need to put in the amount and then hope, and it is gonna come in less, you're right.
And I'm not saying the total will come in less, I'm saying we need to
Yeah,
budget.
right away could be, he said, close to $800,000 less, so, and that's a lot
I
less.
agree, but I'm saying what we need to budget is what he can realistically acquire in a year, and I think even 1 million in right-of-way in a year is, I mean, it would be impressive. I mean,
Excuse me, I need to ask something. I'm hearing, Blue Mountain Road, yes, we would like to do that. We all know that that's at least a $55 million project.
We understand, but
But I needed to ask something.
okay, ask it.
Okay, is with regard to this year's budget,
That's what we're,
is we got projects on that board right there behind you and up here. And these are projects that, so Blue Mountain Road, of these, I say I, in conjunction with others, as a project that we need take action on this year and continue with is intermodal, what we had spoke about.
we agreed that we're doing the Blue Mountain
Fund
schematic for
20,
335.
the improvements on Verona, Hassett Park, Watercress, Caraway. Hassett Park
Where's that?
reinforced concrete paving.
And I think that could be pushed out.
Which
I
one?
personally.
And we have, we have 180,000 in planning,
For which one?
engineering. And yes, the actual construction would be pushed out. Absolutely, to the following year for $2.5 million for the
Okay.
construction of it.
Just so we're on the same page, we've already agreed the Blue Mountain schematic for 335 is in there. Marcy, do you have that?
Who's agreed to that?
All, Doug,
Council has
Tanya,
discussed, we want,
Zach?
so you're just reading over what is on page 21 to us?
I'm on that screen right there.
Which is, this is what we have?
No, he's,
Yeah, I'm confused, I need some clarification, if what is on the screen is what is we were given.
What should be,
No?
okay, so to go back,
excuse
Marcy,
me, and
do
let
you
me,
have that?
so then I have Hassett Park drainage improvements.
can I ask why you don't want the Blue Mountain schematic to go
Pardon?
forward? Why
I
you don't want the
know.
Blue Mountain
Hassett
schematic
Park.
to go forward?
I didn't say I didn't.
Your actions speak loudly.
What I am, the schematic design, as far as I know, it is going forward. You just can't use, as it is today, escrow funds under that escrow agreement,
Okay.
where we are the fiduciary. We can't use those funds to pay for that
So then
$365,000.
we've got it in street improvements now, we've all agreed on that, and now she
So
wants to
now we
add,
have the Hassett Park drainage improvement.
I don't see that on here. Hassett Park drainage improvements, what number, what fund? I don't see it on
yeah,
page 21.
it's not.
Is it on page 21?
Oh, actually, it is, but it's down, carry forward from prior year. We're still up at the top.
Okay, hold on. Department, street improvements, other projects? Oh, there-
Carry forward from prior year.
Other projects, Hassett Park stormwater, is that what we're looking at? No.
I guess let's go through these first before we add in things that he doesn't have. Project 2025, what is that and why are we carrying it forward?
Okay, where are we looking?
What do you,
I'm
It's
still
a
on the
21.
streets and drainage, right behind you.
where,
It's right where he's at.
right here.
Oh, you're on that. Wait, yours looks different.
I'm on 21.
It's on page 21. So he's right here. He was going down the list.
So
He's
we've already
on-
talked about ball field improvements.
No, we're gonna have to. You have not provided that to us.
That's the presentation.
So this is in addition to what's on page 21?
These projects should be included on page 24.
But they're not.
You just said they were in the presentation.
This is the 11 by 17 sheet that some people have and some people
I
don't.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, you think it is?
This is
Oh,
it
it's
right here.
this?
And me and Doug and
Okay, can we, I
Jasmine
guess,
don't have-
can we go line by line for the items we have and then we'll come back and add in the things we're missing?
that's fine.
Okay, so Hazlet Parkway improvement, are we changing anything?
Haslett Parkway improvement.
Hassett
Oh,
Parkway
there it is.
improvements with regard to what?
I'm asking, we're going line by line. Is that something that needs changed? I feel like that's just kind of, it says
Are you on
25.
page 21?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, right where you were.
Yeah, it's
So
item
the way it's written is, it looks like 50,000, sorry.
0019900-40-11, so number 11.
Yeah,
And it's-
he's got that in there as just a placeholder for engineering on that project, even though would not be our project, it'd be a TxDOT project. that there's certain things that might affect us for utilities or things like that. So there's already money in the current year, and he's saying to put another $25,000 in next
We
year.
shouldn't need more.
Anything to get Haslett Parkway up and running, I am 100% for. So
That's not gonna make it get up and running.
I'm just saying, if it,
Oh, no, I'm
if,
with you.
if things pop up, incidentals that, I mean, I know we could take it out of probably contingency too, but I'm okay with that going to
The
50,000.
Haslett Parkway project, so that is the COG TxDOT project that we're speaking of, from I-35 all the way to the John Day Road.
Yeah, so we're
Our
asking,
western, well, actually, our western city limit.
why do you have
Not from
50,000
Station
for it?
69, not from
And-
Station 69 continued,
Pardon?
from Station 69 continued.
Well, no, actually, there's work to be done, still on
Prior to
Haslett
that,
Parkway
okay.
from I-35, inclusive of Station
Okay.
69.
So I'm
this
okay
is-
with that additional money.
So that is, that project, he has $25,000 a year in there to pick up any,
It's 50, you put 50. You put an additional 25.
Yes, he's asked for an additional 25.
So he's asking for 50 for the flyover, for either bridge, and for Haslett Parkway, for all projects that are supposed to be covered by other entities.
I would say this, that anything that COG or TxDOT needs to be done, since they are taking that and are funding that project, anything they would require a fire engineer to do, that they will pay for that. So this could be reimbursable, this is your reimbursable funds.
But for Haslett Parkway to the bridge, they're about to have a executed contract with Kimley Horn, so our engineers
Correct.
wouldn't do it.
Well, Kimley Horn is designing the roadway. There are some aspects our city engineer might, they might want him to go look at some particular aspects, whether it might be utility of some sort like that.
50,000 worth?
I don't.
Okay.
yeah, I don't think
I'm
he
okay
needs-
leaving it in there, yeah,
I don't think he needs
that's
50,000,
not a lot.
25 would
money.
be sufficient.
You put 50 for
Because we
each.
I
already
didn't-
have current.
I didn't put 50,
It's
he may
budgeted
have.
current. He is asking for another 25,000. Yes.
Yes, I think that's fine.
He's asking for it.
Mike?
Yes,
So
yes, that's what I'm
50,000.
saying, confirming
Yes.
that.
Well, you're saying 25,000 is good.
It's sufficient.
So
I
you're,
would-
but Mike is saying 50,000, and so, and we all agree, we're
Yes.
good. with
Mike
it.
is saying, there's already 25, he's asking for another 50,000.
Yeah, no, we're-
we're good.
25,000, yes.
Yep.
Yes, we're all
All
good.
those are fine. Haslett Parkway improvement, Avondale Haslett grade separation crossing, intermodal Haslett Parkway flyover, Maxwell Circle reconstruction,
I thought this was awarded.
carry forward an additional estimate.
Isn't this
On the
awarded?
bridge, you've already spent 27 this year.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Maxwell reconstruction is the road we're taking.
Yeah, I thought we,
We're on the hook for doing it. That still has to be in there to be paid for.
I thought we already awarded that though and had a set amount. Didn't we just do that?
No.
No.
That was for the,
Or it's coming up. I think I saw it on future items. So do we already know what that is projected to be? Is that why?
yeah, it needs an additional amount for that.
Okay, and that's what you're gonna need.
Additional 65.
Okay, sounds good. Westport Parkway, 156 intersection restripping,
Restriping.
or striping, I'm
Restriping.
sorry. It's late, guys, restriping.
Yeah, that's, those are all costs that, yeah, that we need to keep in there.
No, what is intermodal west?
600,000?
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that kind of was my most, I don't know, learning curve was the cost of roads.
I understand the cost of roads, but a 50%, so 150% jump, we're going from 40 to 60. or 600. I'm curious what
It
happened
just
there.
says change in estimate.
Well, you'll see he's now recommending it needs to be reconstructed, not overlaid. So that's the additional 200,000
At Westport
at
and
Westport
156.
Parkway and FM 156 intersection.
They're gonna redo that whole intersection, make it wider and all that.
They're going to grind the
Right here.
road up,
Right here.
Oh.
they'll haul it off, and they'll lay new material. They'll start with a new base and build it up, be new road section reconstruction.
Westport Park, Westport. Oh.
Okay.
What is intermodal west connection is that from Pask to Blue Mound?
Intermodal west.
Oh,
would
sorry,
be
west.
The west 2 lanes of intermodal. That's what he's speaking when he says west.
West would be, like, I'm thinking, that's
But we're
going
gonna get that
south. So.
worked out. You're gonna get with them about a better way to lay out intermodal and bring it back,
Right.
right? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so Hazlet Park, stormwater, we already did that. Complete. Master park plan, we just directed.
Well, we need
That-
to, we need
that's
to.
what I'm working
Yeah,
on.
but we need to clarify, it's not a master park plan, it is a ball field plan. And the Parks Board is going to bring it, I guess, at their next meeting, or we directed them to discuss having a master park plan study done.
Yeah, that's what this is, the park
That's
master
not what
plan.
this is only what Mr. Gilbert and Mr. Anderson were directed to do for ball fields.
They were
No,
given
ma'am.
300,000?
300,000 is
I
not.
thought so, is that
No.
not correct?
Yeah,
This was, in maybe May or June, maybe June. No, I must have been April, in April or May, I had the, item. It was, for Nashville and for the fire fields
Right.
to have a master plan.
Ball field plan,
Ball
that's,
field.
that's what
And-
that
and
300,000 is.
But a consultant to develop a master plan for those 2 parks. And that's why 300,000 was.
Right, that is not the Parks Board
A park
going
board
out and
master
doing a
plan for
master.
everything is separate. You're-
Right.
That's right.
Okay, so that's why it's not included. If we, I mean, they have money in their fund to pay for that at some point when they find out how much that's gonna cost. I just wanna
What-
make sure we don't.
Wait, so we have 300,000 for the fire station field?
No.
And
What
Nance,
Zachary and Mike Anderson have done is all concept.
correct. Then it's gonna have to go out to bid for, actually have someone do a.
But
a
I
plan.
thought we budgeted 150,000 for what Mike and I are working on.
Yeah, I was gonna say 300,000.
Say it again?
I thought last year that we budgeted $150,000 for what Mike and I are working on for Nance and the fire station, so that, because we're calling that
No,
the
there
sports
was
ball
only
fields.
25,000 in that line item.
300,000.
So this 300,000, what is that for?
That is for the master plan that was called for maybe 3 months ago, 2 months ago, to do a master plan for a consulting firm, to do a master plan for Nanceville and for
Okay, you're
the
getting
ball
caught up on
fields.
semantics, so how do we wanna change it? 'Cause
No,
we can change any of
that's
this.
incorrect.
Yeah,
Well, I'll get the agenda for, I'll
I
send
mean, I
you-
have it. I mean, I know,
the nice thing is
it's,
we can change any of this.
that's true. So if your recollection is 150, then that does leave 150 left for the actual master park plan, so
I mean,
that's fine.
It's not gonna take Mike and I $300,000 to design for Nance and the ball fields. I think he said I think he only said he has like 15 or 20,000 in it right now.
That's what I thought.
So I think the $300,000 is incorporating the whole park master plan and the new.
So
the-
any
the-
master planning of our parks.
I would,
Right,
Okay,
so I
we'll
think that
leave it
includes
there.
what Tanya's talking about
I'll just get the date and the
and
agenda, and you had to go back and listen to the tape.
Okay, but
I think the $300,000 is what Tanya's talking about, redoing our 50-page thing that was done back in 2012.
By MS
And-
Designs, yeah, that's
Yes,
different.
the thing in East Texas that we talked about at the last city council meeting and what Mike and I are working on, I think that $300,000 incorporated all that.
Okay, that
So,
sounds good.
I-
So keep that placeholder there and just carry it forward.
should we put
Yeah.
a note in here that this is for firehouse fields and,
Yes, I
This
would,
study?
I think it would be really helpful to designate that it's a park master plan, which includes a ball field study. You know what I'm saying?
so park master plan study and ball field study? Or,
Yes.
and not ball field, because it's not just ball fields, and what are
True.
you calling it? Athletic?
Sports or athletics?
Sports athletic fields. Yeah.
Sports complex
Sports
study?
complex, yeah, because and then we're doing Nance and we're also doing the fire station
Yeah,
field.
athletic fields probably would be.
So,
Athletic
Joe,
fields.
Joe, this is something I think it would be good, take these notes back to Mike so we can get
It's not something done.
granularity to these items.
Okay, so we'll fix the verbiage.
What did you say, Mr. Horak?
Yeah, what did you say?
Ask Joe to get with Mike Anderson and get granularity to these items, so we're all on the same page with ball field master plan, park master plan, master plans in general. So we all have the same definitions on what we're speaking to. Right now, we're all over the map. Nobody knows, and we just need to agree right now, nobody really knows.
Joe, can we ask Mike to come to the next meeting? And then could we have brief descriptions on here of, we only have just these single call outs. Everything else has a description. Can we, these projects with massive,
Give us some, I mean, this is part of the issue with some of the projects. I mean, intermodal, there's several different sections. Blue Mountain, there's several different sections. It is very difficult. Year after year after year, as a Blue Mountain repair, as a new construction, it's very difficult. We need project numbers or something else to, but
That is something that we've been suffering with for a number of years.
I don't, when I get the projects and put them in here, I don't know what they entail.
Can-
I know the number and the name it's given.
can we set it up with brief description and get you
So
with
what-
Mike?
I'm making notes here of things to confirm early next week.
But I'm saying, not just to confirm with Mike, the residents of Hazlet deserve to understand this without having insider knowledge, pretty much. They should be able to look at this in Intermodal Parkway. Well, what part of Intermodal Parkway? It should just spell out a very brief what it's for. It's not that hard to do. We
And-
do it everywhere else in this document.
You're correct.
So,
And a
Joe,
lot of that is just direct input from Belchep and Associates.
Okay, let's just
So
change it.
we will get clarity on that.
yeah. So Joe, in your conversation, when we try to get granularity on this, make sure you include Marcy so we can get whatever coding she needs to properly document the right charges to the right project at the right time.
And that way we're all not getting caught up on verbiage either, of that the parks were for this or that.
So next is the Playground Fall Zone Community Park. That was budgeted last year, has not been spent. But I did know the Parks Board wanted an additional $300,000. They requested that at one of their last meetings. So I'd like to just like carry forward with additional estimate.
I think that, I mean, if the EDC, if the Parks Board's asking for 800,000, the EDC was offering 800,000 to pay for this. I think we need to let the EDC pay for this and not put $800,000 out of our own budget. I mean, we got 500,000 here, the Parks Board wants 300, that's 800,000. And then the EDC saying, we'll pay for $800,000. So I just think it's silly for us to pay it out of our budget when the EDC said, we'll pay for it out of our budget.
Well,
So,
but, okay, I agree, but I think as we do these projects, it comes out of our budget and then we just get reimbursed with EDC. They've already allocated, they've already voted on allocating the money to the Parks Board. So we leave it in our budget, so it shows it's coming out of Park Board. And then, once it's all done, then we transfer money, Marcy can get the terminology correct, then we transfer money from EDC back into Park Board or General Fund, whatever the right spot is.
You're correct. EDC can, in their budget, they can go, well, we want to budget this amount for this. It all is for naught. They can't spend any of that money. In their budgeting process, they have to take a formal approach where you go, you're saying they will pay for X, Y, Z, some certain amount of money for a project. They have to adopt the resolution, they have to adopt the project, then they have to submit it to the city council. So there's formality that has to happen. So and what Doug is saying, you can't assume all that's going to happen. Is that we need to budget for our project, if and when we get him reimbursed by EDC, that's great.
Because they could make a decision to only reimburse for half or only do up to a certain amount. It's not guaranteed money. And so budgeting it, even if we don't spend it, that was their request. And so that's why I'd like to add it in.
But I mean, aren't they looking at parks that are only $500,000 as well? My understanding, they haven't made a decision.
It was also for, I think, a workout pad type thing they're gonna try to get a grant for, but they weren't sure if it was gonna cover. There were a couple other options. No, it got moved to the next agenda item.
Did it?
Mhm, for them to talk about. So
Wouldn't that be under parks, though, when we get to their parks budget?
we could, I mean, we could add it, and could we add it in their budget, their fund, instead of adding it here?
Added into whose budget?
Parks Board.
Yes, you can add it into the park board. That's all a general fund.
Because 40,000 is like say they were, because I know they requested 40,000 for a rodeo. We could designate 300,000 and put it under something else? Which spot would make more sense or be the best place to put it?
Well, the spot that would make the most sense is the general fund,
That's
because
what, okay.
it would involve the general fund transferring to park, and then park, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought, so just, okay. And on the ball field parking and field improvements, that was cut in half, but I don't think anything was done.
No.
So is that a number we want to keep at $1 million or?
They're asking to make it 1.5, aren't they?
No,
Yeah.
it's, they're reducing to
Cutting it
500,000.
from
Well, no,
a
no, it's-
million down to 500,000.
Well, nobody asked to take it down. That's something you did. So why?
That's correct. I, as the budget officers, chose to take it down.
And us as a
Because
governing body
nothing
can make a
happened.
change. So I'm just saying,
Nothing happened last year, and
What's
there's
ethics?
nothing planned going forward, but I left $500,000.
Fire station.
Well, can we use
I
this
thought
500,000 to do this whole resurfacing we just talked about, hey, do we want to budget 50,000? So we got $500,000 right here, and we were debating a while ago about, is it going to cost us 50 or 100,000? Dang, we got 500,000 right here to resurface
that was
the
just
ball.
my
See,
question. Do we leave it at $1 million
so
or do we leave it at 500?
We wasted,
My thing is we had $1 million, and I was going to propose to add more money to that, because if we already had $1 million, and say the EDC say, hey, we'll give money. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying if they did, then that would give us $2 million, or $1.5 million. Then when Mike and I finish this park master plan and it goes to the Parks Board and Council and everybody gets approved, then we could already be $1.5–2 million that we can start working on that with putting in restrooms and all that.
But
So
we-
that would be good to have that money, having $1 and $2 million already started to start construction on
The restrooms are
it.
funded by
Yeah,
themselves.
it's funded
without
down
any
below.
of that money.
That's
I
part
understand,
of,
but to have that money to go ahead and start doing that, because there's going to be a concession stand, there's going to be a restrooms, there's going to be a big area right there that we could start, within this master plan. But if we start taking off money, then we're not going to have that on there. And that's what that million was for. We talked about last year, was to start for this.
Well, I added the $1 million last year on my own accord.
I know, and we agreed about that. And now you're taking it down. So I
Right,
don't,
nothing happened with it.
here's the.
well, so we'll leave it.
There's no way we get the athletic fields completely designed and construction started and enough construction done that we're at 1 million or even $500,000 on top of that 300,000 design. This is a kind of like almost not a mindset issue, but we keep acting like we're going to spend that amount this year, and we're not. This is why a 5 and a 10-year plan is so important. I get what you're saying. I have no problem funding the fire station fields, but there's no way right now we've got a total of, if we kept the 1 million, we've got a total of 1.5 million plus the design. So we're at almost 2 million in funds for the fire station fields. We're not spending $2 million this year on the fire station fields.
No, we're not, but when we get done with our master plan, there's going to be restrooms and concession stand, all that's going to go right there. We could go ahead and start construction on that, because for the HSA when they're playing baseball and stuff.
I get what you're saying, and so then keep in the fire station fields, because I agree that we need the restrooms, and that's something that we could put in pretty quickly. The storage building, I know that's a need, and that's $80,000, but even if we finish the design, which I think it'd be towards the end of the year, you're not gonna spend $500,000. You have to send the contract out, it has to be awarded, there has to be a construction schedule.
Right, but there's no reason to take off 500. That we should leave that on there, and we should even add to it, but not take it off. I mean, I don't understand why he took the money
Because you're
off, because we
supposed to
didn't
put
use it.
what you're going to
Because
expend.
I saw that nothing happened with it.
Okay,
Nothing
nothing happened up
happened
here,
with
and
it.
other
We
things.
have the restrooms, I think,
Oh, I
was
agree with
funded
you.
at
That should come
approximately,
soon.
was it $450,000 by itself?
I'm fine putting
That
it there, but
carries-
if things are tight, I think that's a place we go
And
back.
then the storage facility is funded for, what, 150,000?
80,000.
80,000. So the storage facility and the restrooms are self-funded.
I understand that, but we don't know how much those restrooms are cost. We budgeted $400,000, but say it might cost $1 million, we already have 500 of that,
No,
400.
that's, they have a very good cost estimate was performed, that's how it came up with that.
Well, from the drawing what Mike has, it might cost more than that. That's what I'm telling you. So I'm just saying, I would be comfortable with leaving that
Restrooms
million.
and concessions all in one.
But we could do phase one, which is the restrooms, they're the most important, and then a phase two where you put the
It's one
concession.
building. It's one
We
building.
could separate, I'm saying, and do a phase
No,
one,
it's-
and
it's one.
we could separate it, and we
Yeah.
could make it into two.
I think that,
But I
I'm
think if
saying
you,
it could be, everybody likes phases, it could be a phase one project and a phase two project. The question is, do we want to go back to $1 million or leave it at 500,000?
I think if you already have $1 million in there, that's it's money that we can go ahead and start doing stuff on part of phase one. Start work with the roads. We can start doing things. But then if you take it
You
off,
know,
there's no.
other places in the budget, we were discussing, well, that's $50,000. If we can cut that down, that's somebody's raise.
are gonna
Well,
need
same
some
thing
money.
goes applies. 500,000 is a whole lot more than we have spent 20 minutes on discussing over 10,000. So I'm just saying, if there's not a planned project, there isn't, which we know, then you can use that $500,000 somewhere else.
I do agree with that statement.
I do too. So community park improvements, there could be electrical, service line receptacles, fencing improvements.
I'm sorry, Gary?
I'm just reading off this
Oh.
list, Gamewell Park improvements. So there is a need for at least 500,000 to
But-
remain.
Was that for all parks or just?
That's
fire?
community park,
But this is
community
like
park
the-
only, I know. And then fire station, is 500,000 as well, but that is with that's the restroom and the maintenance building, so that's already,
Could we change the verbiage from just fire station, ball field, park to field improvement to just generalized park improvements? Because like you
it
said,
should say park, I think, I agree, it should say just park improvements.
Well,
Park slash field.
If you say park, that means you might be talking about one of these
but
parks.
we're
You
gonna
need to
put a
say-
description. We're
You can
gonna,
say ball field parks,
Oh,
not
so you're
park.
saying only Nance and only,
If you say,
But we're talking about
ballpark
community.
improvements, but if you say park, then you might be considering like, you could,
yeah,
you
Gamewell
might-
community, so.
Yeah, so I would say
So this
like
is
ball field
dedicated
park.
only to ball fields.
Yeah, ball field park.
but I disagree. If we have needs right now in our community park and other parks, and we don't even have the design finished for the ball field, why would we hold over $500,000 that we could be using to make required improvements now for a design that we're still working on?
And just because we call it park doesn't mean it can't be for the ball fields. But
Can
if
we
we
put
say
park
ball
field?
fields, it can only be for those, you know what I'm saying?
I would say the ball fields, that keeps it separate than over here at community park.
But I think one is more restrictive than the other. It can still be used for the ball fields, but if we put ball field, it can only be used for the ball fields. You want it to
Right.
be restricted to only ball fields.
That's what we talked about, that's why I said
Right.
ball field parking and field improvements.
But
So
we're
I
not
think
even
that-
done with design. We're in schematics, right? That's where you're at, is conceptual?
We are, but it won't take long to go to, it won't, to go from bad to construction, because these are, far along schematics.
Mr.
So
Horak?
if we can find if we nail down the location for the bathrooms, concession stand and all that, like I've talked with Mr. Tucker before,
You what? You're good with 5?
I'm
What
good
is
with-
your
I'm good with
preference on
5 as well.
verbiage? Do you want to keep it restricted to ball fields, or do you want to make it? What's your preference?
If we go with the 5, I think we need to break this thing out into the different, we have a big project that working with ball fields in general, so I think that needs to be an item on its own, and then we need to work on parks. There's a lot of stuff with the rest of the parks that need to be done.
Okay, so do you want the 500,000 on top of the other 500,000 that we already have for the Hazlet Park, or not Hazlet Parkway, the restrooms and the storage building? Because that puts us at 480, and then just 500,000.
What he's saying is, yeah, leave the 500,000 and leave it designated as ball field so it remains separate.
the storage building is something for Mr. Tucker, that's for his, like, to store like fertilizer, I think, and different stuff like that, so that's something different, that's for him.
I know, but it's still improvements for the field. I'm just saying overall. So we're keeping it ball field verbiage for the firehouse
And keeping it at 500,000.
and keeping it at 500,000. We're keeping,
I think they should say ball fields. I don't think you should designate fire station, because there's
Just
two.
in
Nance
case.
Field, the girls need some love too, over there, softball. So, and it might incorporate both. I think that's too restrictive, so I'd say ball fields.
Okay, and we're gonna leave the bathrooms.
What do y'all think?
I agree.
You
I
agree?
thought, yeah, so when we say ball fields, we're talking Nansen Fire Station.
Yes.
Correct.
That's what we're
The
wanting
only
collectively.
Two
I'm good with
athletic
that.
fields we have.
Ball fields, so we'll make it a little bit more general in case we need something for Nance. So Project 2025, why are we carrying this forward?
It's just if it's not spent, it'll carry forward.
Can we,
Automatically carries forward.
but do we have anything remaining? Can we remove it?
Oh, your mic, Marcy, sorry.
So what have you decided about ball fields, parks?
We're leaving the
things?
500,000, and we're just taking off the words firehouse, and so it says ball fields, and that can incorporate Nance.
So
We're
500,000
leaving it.
can be used for either
Yes.
ball field.
Correct.
You're still keeping the restrooms for Firehouse Field at $480-some thousand.
405,
Yes.
And you're keeping the $80,000 for the storage unit.
correct.
Yes.
All right. Okay, good.
Project 2025 is where we're at, which I was asking how much is remaining.
There is 41,000 still left.
So can we return that to the general fund? We're not working on this
Project
anymore.
2025,
Yep.
and do you
So-
know what Project 2025 is?
I'm aware that is your project that you had for, I can't remember the land and it's late, but it was,
77 acres.
Yeah.
This
so-
is, there it is right there.
yeah, I'm pretty sure all of council has agreed we're not doing that, so,
I have not heard that. You may have decided that among yourselves.
no, I don't think we've all really
No,
talked about it.
So,
Wasn't it in a
well,
city
that's,
council
that's,
meeting?
so
I-
you haven't, you haven't shot this
I
thing
thought it
down.
was in a city council meeting.
So this was, yes, this was the mayor's vision years ago.
the equestrian.
This includes equestrian, but it
we-
starts out right here with the,
What we said as council is we directed to
a
wait until
community
the
center
Parks
and a
Board
pavilion
survey came in
that
and
is
see what the
very much
citizens wanted.
needed.
Okay, so, and they didn't want this.
It includes the public works site.
Okay, so
It includes trails.
do we want to keep this 41,000 or do we want to return it back to the general fund? Because I don't think we're wanting an equestrian center.
Do you haven't even inquired about equestrian center?
I think if it's something you want to bring up, bring it to council.
And,
We need to see if we could use that 41,000 for any piece of the public works.
Oh, yeah.
Facility
Add it to
design.
that, good idea. So I agree, going back into the general fund with that, and then it could be reallocated for,
Because we're going to get
Something
down
on
here
that
on some
property.
items down here that are going to need more money.
and
Okay.
or it could stay and be used on that property as well.
How much
on
is, yeah.
Firehouse Field. or
How
on,
much is going to be left for Hazlet Parkway? Fencing to city property?
Wait, where are we
That's the
at?
next item.
286
so what's
is
your
carried
question
over.
again about the city property?
Hazlet Parkway access, we're going to the next line item. We already said the 41,000 remaining is going to return to general fund, so we're going to get rid of Project 2025. Hazlet Parkway access and fencing to city property, what's remaining?
The whole thing is remaining.
What, I thought I saw them putting up fencing.
That's going to bid here very soon.
Community Park, is that the fence you're talking about, or Hazlet Parkway?
This is Hazlet Parkway, access to the 78 acres.
Why are we fencing that?
Why we what?
Why are we fencing that?
Why are we doing that?
Yeah, why are we?
To have access to it.
Did we all agree to fence that property?
Yes,
Yeah, this was in the budget already.
yes,
Yeah.
it was all agreed to.
But do we want to, it hasn't been awarded yet. Is this something we want to do? The Hazlet Parkway, we want to spend almost $300,000 fencing this property?
You've got to access the property, madam.
Yeah, we have to have access.
Fencing.
The 77 acre, yeah, we need access to the Hazlet Parkway. For another access point, according to Mr. Anderson.
Here, if you
Verify
want to, here is the access. here's Haslett Parkway. So, the access would be built to the 78, actually, the city owns access. The red line abuts the Haslett Parkway, so a
Additional
drive
access to that
into the property and just a small pad site right here. And then fencing along Haslett Parkway.
No. I don't- This isn't a requirement or anything, is it?
So why would we do it when we don't know what we're gonna do with that property yet?
They were just saying for additional access.
But if we're not
For
moving-
future
But I think we wait. until we know what
development
we're
or
doing.
future, and it'd look attractive.
Future access, future use.
Yeah.
And it'll look
I think,
attractive.
I think this is what, we could kick this down the road at least another year until we really figure out what we're doing with 77
I
acres.
think we take this off the budget for this year. Especially since we're not moving forward on this project. I feel like that's a little bit,
Because part of that borders the Hillwood property, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah.
on the north side.
On the
of
north
that,
side is Hillwood
you know.
property.
And so is Hillwood going to contribute to any of the fencing?
No, that's fencing that we're putting up.
I just know that Mr. Anderson stressed the importance of having access for like future use and future development.
I mean,
I think-
there's
Yeah,
access
And
now. There's-
additional access, yeah.
I think
There's-
if you guys are good with it, remove it for now, but put a note to check in with Mr. Anderson on this item. I mean, that's a pretty significant amount of money for an unknown.
Yeah, I mean,
use.
there's temporary access down there now. People drive in and out.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah,
Remove it for now.
I
but
don't,
check
but that's
in-
okay.
You don't?
No,
Why would you-
I think we leave it in there for future use, and it's important, and Mr. Anderson said it's important. But
Wait, I'm sorry, did I, may have misspoke.
that's
but-
why there's,
This project, I do think is very close to going out to bid.
That's what I'm saying, is if we don't stop it, it's gonna go.
right, it needs to go out to bid.
There's only one way to configure this to have access to this property from that location, so regardless of any future use, from my understanding, there is only one way to access from that area, because we have such a narrow, piece of land there, so if we ever intend to have, I mean, that was the intention of this, for this year, I mean, it was put in the budget this year to make access to that, whether, timing wise, if it's right, I mean, it was a project, and they are moving forward, and they're very close to publishing for bid, I believe.
And do
The
you, how
access
important do you
point would
feel,
never change.
how important do you feel that, to keep it in?
But there's no guarantee we use that land.
I mean, I think it's a good project to have, I think you eventually need access to this, and it was already budgeted and put in there, and they have
Last
done
year.
the design, and it's ready to go. Also, it seems like a good idea to have that fencing up, otherwise, people do illegally access, we do have people accessing that through those gas wells, so it's not a bad idea to have control over that part of the property as well.
I disagree, but I'm not firm. Whatever Tanya and Doug wanna do for this.
So what, I mean, what's the, I don't want to spend a lot of time and beat this to death, but what's the project scope on the entrance? Are they just going to build the no, I know where it's at.
No, you said
No.
this little pad right here.
And that's,
Yes.
It's just an entryway, and it fits to the constraints of the property. So it's a
cutting the curb out and driving in.
Yeah.
Are we putting in a parking lot? Are we putting in anything like that? Or is it?
So I've not seen the finished.
It's just a small pad, not a parking lot per se, it's just a small pad.
Whatever you wanna do, Doug. Tanya's for it. I'm not firm either way. I would lean to the side of waiting, but if we've done all the work, it's just gonna get more expensive. I don't know enough to be firm.
And the way it's been, same as James, the way it's been presented, I think it is, it's necessary regardless of what we ever do with that property.
I just don't see a
think it's
need
a
in
good
really
thing.
fencing the whole thing in right now. I mean, it's got a quasi fencing around most of it. Obviously, the fencing with EPRI is not the greatest, but, not EPRI, Hillwood, but okay, why in Hillwood wanting to pay for part of this fencing if it's gonna border their property? Why aren't we paying for all that? I mean, okay, I wanna be good neighbors with them, but usually in the ranching, urban, rural areas, hey, the two property owners split it 50/50, so what's
Well,
Hillwood doing here?
We're not ranching.
I know, but it's,
Along Haslett Parkway, the fence is a 4-rail pipe fence. So it'd be a handsome looking fence.
well,
So
that's,
it'd be a presentable,
I mean,
Awesome.
so we do
Asset
a gate on
I'll keep
Hazlet
it.
Parkway just
I'm
to
good.
stop people from driving in.
We'll keep it. We'll keep it and see what they do. I'm good with keeping it. She wants to keep it.
Especially
We only
so
have
close.
28 minutes left and he's
Yeah.
gonna,
I know, we got a lot more.
Next.
the financial utility system, software, what do we have left of that?
Right now, we've only paid for the initial software. We still have, we have to pay Badger Meters to do an interface.
But we're under
between our-
contract, so it's happening?
Yeah, everything's happening.
Carry over, everything's good.
It's travel and training and.
Okay. HVAC's moving forward.
Yeah.
The fire marshal's truck, we already got that, right?
Says complete.
Yes,
mhm.
it's complete.
Oh, sorry, I missed
That's
that.
okay. Fire station generator,
We're already doing that. Yeah,
good, carry
it's
forward.
awarded. Hazlet Park drainage improvement, okay. Hazlet Park drainage improvements engineering.
So this is different than Schreiber, the Schreiber drainage, this is like all the way on James, okay.
This is just the engineering portion.
For what?
It's for a drainage that runs kind of between two sets of lots. It affects 7 and 6 acre. It's an improvement of drainage in the Haslett Park area.
We're adding 135,000 to it, so we're talking about,
that's engineering. It's about a $2 million project.
okay, fine.
And it's been kicked down the road for over 20 years.
Sorry, it's getting late. Okay, we're leaving fire station fields. That one's complete. Okay, here's more firehouse field stuff. The survey, topo, drainage, conceptual layout. That's where you're charging to. The conceptual layout of 18 acres behind firehouse fields, that's that line item right there. So that item earlier was for.
Oh, for the meth, okay.
So,
That's
and I had
Parkland.
already asked
Gotcha.
you, can we please group this firehouse stuff together and add those descriptions? Because the firehouse being spread out like that is gonna drive me insane.
And so the park master plan study is not only
For
the ball
sports.
fields?
No,
It's a-
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
Perfect.
that's
master
for the
plan.
actual parks.
Okay.
We found your line
Yeah.
item.
Yeah, we found it down there, okay.
Still there?
No, we're not, we're halfway through the bottom. And then the SCADA system upgrade removed, because that was put in budget.
That was removed, but there is another capital that's not on.
Which one?
Yours on the other side.
It was on the water, wasn't
It's
it?
on the water for 175.
Okay,
This
Which one?
was put
the
in there
SCADA,
as part of that
is it SCADA?
conversation, and that took so much longer to happen.
SCADA.
That was
Oh.
needed in this iteration, but
Okay,
there is a request out there for 175,000 over 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
for 3 years.
okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead. Tanya.
No, go ahead.
Can we go back though? Because so if the conceptual layout is separate, so earlier the park master plan study, we're not going to add on ball fields because that is for the actual park master plan study. But then for the conceptual layout, can we change it from conceptual and put layout of 18 or design of 18 acres behind firehouse fields? And he will need more money than 25,000.
And why is it just Firehouse Fields? Why isn't it Nance as well?
It is, well, we're also designing Nancy.
So we need to fix the
So
verbiage
that,
on
yeah,
here.
that
So
needs to be,
It needs to be sports ball fields.
Okay.
Because we're doing Nance and, fire station. But Mike told me, I think it was last week, that he's already at like 19,000 or something
Okay,
like that.
yes.
So, and we only 25,000.
so this
Sorry.
is where
So he told me that he's I think at 19,000. So we have budgeted 25, so we need to add more money to that because
I would agree. I think you're going to need about another 100,000 to fully design the fields. This is where I would agree that the sports fields should have the funds to finish the design.
I think we should be, probably good at probably 25 or 30 to get the conceptual, maybe 40. But then I think to get them to construction documents,
Yeah.
we'll need to add like another 100,000 because, construction documents, going from conceptual to construction documents, we'll need.
Do you think 100,000 for the next year would be good?
Yes, I think that'd be good.
So with that said, okay, so 100,000 added to
so
line.
carry forward plus 100,000 with
Yeah.
additional 100,000?
Yes.
James, I thought it was 30-something acres behind the fire station. It's only 18.
So, I don't get 30 total, but 18 acres is just right behind there. There's the additional off to the side. I can't remember the grand total there. I don't believe it's complete 30 acres, is it?
It
Well,
was
can we
not,
just-
the original project was not for all of it.
Can we just change the verbiage for
Okay.
31 and 32 to say firehouse fields or sports fields, so survey topo drainage for sports fields? Take out this extra verbiage that locks us down.
Yeah, but it just says sports fields, doesn't say 18 acres, doesn't say firehouse, and that gives it more
Yes,
flexibility.
and then 100,000 should get you going.
Mm-hmm.
Which means if we don't think we're gonna get through design, you know what, never mind, I'll just leave it. It's 20 minutes, guys. Generator,
So, wait.
oh, I'm
Would
sorry.
you decide you're adding 100,000 to
Correct.
the
To
Dash
32?
32.
to
32.
And fixing the verbiage,
Yeah, I got the verbiage.
the generators at the library, James, isn't that?
That's under contract.
And that's not changing, the 200,000 is enough?
Yeah, it's already gonna work, I believe that's, we don't.
It's right?
Correct.
So let me ask something, okay, on item 32, you're gonna add $100,000 for conceptual layout?
No, we said we're
No.
taking out conceptual, it's for the design of,
That's going to be conceptual and then go to construction documents. And then after that, we'll send it out to
Should
bid.
that not be, that should be a new line item?
no,
No.
we're not doing all that.
Why
We're-
not?
We're gonna change the verbiage because it's making it overly complex. We
Well,
don't need the line item by line item for
You
each.
lose how you spent your money also.
I think a design is a design, whether it be conceptual or going further to,
No,
you're talking,
there's differences, but go ahead.
okay. The digital marquees were completed.
Wait, you skipped Public Works Facility and
Oh.
Design Engineering.
You're right. How much have we spent on that?
Well, we also need to figure out where to find 2.5 million more.
But I think that's next year's problem. We're not gonna be ready to take that to design probably until 2028, 2029.
So do you think we need to
For what?
carry forward and then not put additional funds
I would
in?
say carry
Yeah.
forward, and next year we look at adding $1 million, and then the following year would probably be the year we award and we fill the gap.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay.
We've spent
Jay,
$35,000 so far.
Okay.
James, has Mike Anderson and Belchef told you when they think they might be ready to like have construction documents for your public works? Have they given you a timeline or anything on that? I know they're on conceptual kind of right now. No.
The only thing, it says Public Works Facility and Design Engineering, can we add to the verbiage for any investigations to get ready for construction, however you wanna word that? So if they need to do topo, geo, make sure they can get done what they need to get done to get us ready for construction.
Yeah, I think they have all the survey and so forth done, they're ready, we're good with the layout, to do the drainage plan, and to engage an architect for the design of the building.
Then they,
I think the verbiage is fine.
okay,
Mhm.
so they've already got all that.
All right. You said digital marquee complete,
Yes.
We're keeping the storage building.
moving the 80.
Library needs assessment, she said wait,
She said wait until Fort Worth has at least been open for 6 months to a year.
so next year.
I missed.
One of the things about the library is it's located right there on the corner of 156 and Gap.
Now, it's a wonderful location, across from the park,
I love
right
it.
next to Front.
It's a dangerous location also, because moms and children park right in front of that library, right at that intersection, and also on the Gamble Street side. And people coming around that corner don't always look. It's a dangerous intersection.
At least we
It
turned
would
it to
be
a no left
advantageous
turn.
to move that library down a block.
A block west,
It would be a block west.
Isn't that your
Yes.
land?
On what property
A block.
that we
It
own?
would be on the south side.
The AT&T property?
No, this side. Well, the city doesn't own the property.
You wanna-
Landowners, it has to be approached.
Well, we're
You want
almost-
to take it west down Gamble, like that?
And that also, that would allow movement of the library, would allow the existing library to be remodeled to be used for city offices and a dedicated council.
See, and I'm on the opposite. I think the new library is constructed, I don't know, 5 years from now, and
Town hall first.
then town hall, then this town hall is moved, city hall is constructed, and then this becomes a new library together. So that's what I think.
I was actually going to bring that
But-
up. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think, what if we put a library on the other side of 156 right here? On the other side, we have this huge area just on this side of the highway, right? What if we put it there?
Whatever.
I don't think you guys realize how much the park draws in to the library and the library to the park. Like a lot of people come to one for the other.
Right, I think the library's in a good
Said
location, but
that
we just need a
library
double,
in the
triple
park.
its size. But I think if you move the library farther down Gamble going west,
But then you're away from the park.
You're away from, I don't like that. I'd rather have it closer to the highway right here. I think this is a good
I
location.
think
but-
it's.
I do too.
My suggestion, and I told Tanya about it, I think our town hall is the priority. We're running into numerous issues of people not being able to come in for council meetings, the charter not being able to hold meetings. Also, we're expanding our workforce and running out of offices and having to rent them. I was gonna make a suggestion that instead of a new library or a pavilion or any of that stuff, that we look into putting a new town hall in front of the Public Works building on that land. These projects separate but working cohesively. And then this could potentially be used to widen the library in the near future. I mean, our library doesn't need to be massive for this town, and it's a beautiful building. I know Tanya loves the historic
Right.
building behind it. That was gonna be one of my requests for us to consider today. Instead of a library focusing on the town hall, so we can better fit our employees.
Any idea how much town hall would be?
That's what I'm looking up in the strategic plan, because I think we had it listed, new city hall facility, new construction, this was 7 million. This was also in 2020, so that would be more.
And it's gonna take a
I
minute.
would imagine a new town hall with city offices, things of that nature, and the council chambers.
Yep.
You're probably at $20 to $25 million.
So if we come together with a strategic plan, have a workshop and update this, we'll get the numbers and we'll have that information moving forward.
7 million doesn't get you much.
They were saying 20 to 25 million for a rec center, and so I don't think 20 to 25 million dollars for a town hall. But we need a bigger town hall. I mean, where y'all city's offices are.
We need more office space.
We need more office space. I mean,
Well,
I've never been back into y'all's
absolutely agree.
offices back there, but I mean, I'm heard they're not that big. So I mean, we need.
One bathroom for like 1 million girls and men.
Well, it is, there's obviously a need for a few things, and that's one of those, yeah, I think it's gonna take something like putting together a strategic plan. Yeah, we need to have, multiple workshops so we can really see what are the needs, really identify all the needs that would go into something like this, and then start looking at, okay, what are locations and that sort of bit. So do we try to budget the whole thing right now, or budget for the, the planning of it for down the road bit, but.
I was gonna ask that we just remove the library, the pavilion.
Let's just do library first. I agree, remove the library.
What about the community center?
Let's
Proposed
talk about the
community-
library first, because I think the library, we need to see what happens when Fort Worth opens, we need to get the needs assessment done the following year.
Yes.
We need to look at some other things before we,
The library director said that we need to wait for a little bit to even think about a new library.
I'm just saying, just alone, I mean, I think the community center as well, but I'm just saying, even if we just remove the library and take that 1.425 million to research, begin design for the town hall and
to me,
office
that goes,
space.
to me, that goes to John Day Road improvements. That's an easy switch, but,
I'm sorry.
so that 1.425 is an easy just switch for John Day improvements. So that's what the estimated cost is.
John Day improvements.
It's not on
Oh,
there.
so you want to take that one? That's fine. All I'm saying is I think about $1 million is more than enough to get going on finding the location, beginning design, beginning the investigations, however you want to spell it out, because a town
Start the
hall really,
process.
it's not just for us. It's for the residents of Hazlet, so they can actually come in here, so they can speak, so they can be a part of the charter. It's all.
Community center would be of more use to
No,
the residents
our-
of Hazlet, Texas.
Our employees also need a space, and a community center is not appropriate. We have to
The
do
community center, I
needs.
don't know that you give enough value to it. This
So
is
just-
the only room we have
Just so you
in the
know, a
city.
community center is like, it is my passion project. It's something that I do want to work on for this city. It's very important to me. Very few people know about it. So I'm not against it because you're bringing it forward or anything like that. It's just the reality is that is not the need that is most prevalent for our city.
Oh, there are many needs. There's $100 million
I
of
understand.
needs.
And that's a nice to have.
None of them that included a city or a community center, a modest community center.
Okay, we can
need
have
it-
a
we
modest
need-
town hall.
We need a community center, we need a library, but
We have a
there's other
library.
things right now that we need paid for versus a community center. I understand this is our only room, we need other rooms to do things, meeting rooms, but
We're
there's other
renting.
things right now that we need to pay for that I think are a higher priority than that right now.
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with you, I think in what
Yeah.
Jasmine's saying, but I think there's other things that we need to pay for. There's road
You know
improvements,
what,
there's
the-
other structural things we need to get done.
We're renting-
Community center and the pavilion, that would be such a unique setting for the residents. That's money you're spending directly for residents.
I understand.
How big of a community center are you talking about right here? School,
3,000 square feet,
how much?
3,000 square feet.
Could we not do a rec center and then add a community room?
It would not be a
onto
rec
that?
center.
No, I'm saying that's what the citizens want.
The citizens want a rec
They
center.
want a rec center.
On the community center,
But
where's
there are
this?
also many that want
Rec
a,
centers,
something more than this one room.
So on the community center, where's the,
Oh, yeah.
where's the data or where's the information that shows,
The data,
or any information that citizens want that? I'm gonna pull up the
I
Parks
want a rec
Board.
center really bad.
That's the only thing that we really have.
We're gonna have a plan.
Survey.
It's just not.
where's the data for baseball?
Well, we did the,
Our HSA is busting at the seams, kids,
Well,
more
no, the
teams
data.
every year.
The data.
Yeah, we have the
Where's
numbers
the
of,
data for the baseball?
we have the numbers of how many kids play, how many teams there are, the
You haven't got any
growing.
data.
Do you want me, okay, I'll bring it next Saturday for you, if you bring me the data for the community center. We'll just do a
I don't have
switch.
data for, it's just, you can look
Okay.
at this one room. We got 1,000 square feet right here.
So the awesome
What else
thing
do
is
you need?
we don't have to fight back and forth. Do we agree that the library is not a priority right now?
Yes,
Tanya wants to take that 1.425 million and put it towards John Day. Do we all agree?
yes.
Okay. And then the 3 million for the Schoolhouse Road Community Center, I would like to just put either 1 or 1.5 million
that's
towards
4.5.
town hall offices. You what?
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't know why we would need money, because we haven't even, I would think we need a strategic plan first to actually come up and make, and change and adjust and alter the strategic plan, and then we can get prices, and then we would know how much to even budget.
We need to find out where the best place would be for a community center. I mean, the community, I mean, I know you said Schoolhouse Road, but I mean,
In
like,
front of Public Works. They left that whole,
I like in front of Public Works as
I
well.
mean, I think I think along Schoolhouse Road would be a really lot better for, commercial, like, put in like
So
commercial stuff right
we could
there.
even do a survey that, to have a professional tell us where the best locations would be, the pros and cons of them. Do you think we need money kept in as a placeholder?
so it's just so late. For the City Hall, the question that I had and why I wanted to put money towards it so it could be looked at to see if in front of the Public Works was even an option, which we don't need anywhere near 1.1. It was just a random number or whatever it was.
Right.
To also see if we could put kind of like a mini Roanoke, but not the same, put it back far enough and have some potential commercial buildings on the side and a bunch of parking, maybe like a water feature, so we're bringing in revenue. And that's the center of Schoolhouse Road, to kind of start that feel. I don't know if there's enough room.
You know, to pursue that, you would need to, is there commercial interested in going
Yes,
over
yes,
that?
we're well aware. The question is if it would even fit first.
Pardon?
We're aware of, we would have to see if commercial's interested. We just would need to see if it is even an option first, which is all I was asking.
I mean, maybe we, I understand what you said, maybe we put in 100,000,
Sure.
you know, just like I said, because there's gotta be a lot of just conceptual what-ifs thrown out, so, you know, to put you a placeholder in, but, yeah, I think we remove Schoolhouse Road Community Center and Pavilion, and we put in, how do you wanna word it, Town Hall, Future Vision.
Yeah, however you want to do that. 100,000 is great. I'm for it. Thank you, Doug. You're powering up. No, I'm like not even functioning at this point. We didn't put any money in here for right away, Tanya.
So for new city hall facility, or is that, okay?
No, for right away for the roads, you and I were
Oh,
talking
wait,
about
but
it.
about
We
the
didn't put it anywhere in here.
Hold
for
on,
any-
about the 100,000, is it for new city hall facility?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
New city hall facility, and then, what did you say, I'm sorry?
We had spoken about the right-of-way for numerous,
Okay, well, the 1.425 does include right-of-way, which should be less than that, but it does include that amount. We do need to add in, Blue Mound West and 156, the final design and right-of-way, which is 975,000, which if we're taking out the 3 million,
and intermodal right-of-way, we need to get that as well.
Tanya, what was the thing that Chris told me about earlier about starting John Day and Blue Mound? We need to put in money now to start that, and
Well, yeah,
he
because
said you were
John,
aware.
John Day has to be done
don't
before
know
those
what y'all
bridges, are done, or we're gonna have a big problem.
Chris was saying something about a while ago, he was looking at the big sheet, and he was saying we need to put in money now towards John Day and Blue Mound.
well, that's what we just did, the
Get that going.
1.425.
Okay.
Yeah, she just did 1.425 towards John Day.
And then what about the 156 and Blue Mound, or 156 and Blue Mound intersection? He said
That's
we
what we're
put-
talking about right now.
Okay.
So that's 975, which includes the final design and right-of-way.
So will you wanna put $1 million for that?
I think $1 million is good.
And then we already have the 335 for the schematic.
We're just not sure if the escrow is gonna fund it, so, but even
No
if we,
matter what, we have to.
right, but I'm saying
yeah.
could come out of contingency, how much is in contingency? If they come back and it can't be changed,
We are.
okay, this is the last conversation. This is, yeah.
So if you can wrap it up and get the summary and just so that,
Yes.
so
They're trying to clarify this
We
up
are,
before they
you're-
get to them. Hold on.
Tanya, correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry. Marcy, Blue Mountain schematic for 335. Her John Day for 1.425, removing the library and reno of old library. We're removing Schoolhouse Road Community Center and Pavilion. We're adding Town Hall,
New City Hall,
yeah, Future Vision for 100,000. And then,
Writing 100,000 for the sports field.
yeah, and
yes.
then we needed
The Blue Mound West, 156, 1 million.
1 million, and then
What's the million?
Blue Mound West and 156, it's final design and right-of-way. It
For
is
the
number,
intersection.
you can call it out,
I thought that was 1,425,000.
no.
no, it's separate.
It is,
That was John Day. for
hold
the-
on, it is SD2, if you're looking at that.
We're gonna have to go over this first next time.
Two is 1,425,000.
Oh, no, you're right, okay, I'm sorry, okay, hold on, 975. Oh, it's SD1,
Oh, the 975.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. And then right-of-way acquisition for
You said intermodal?
Blue Mound, intermodal.
That's included in Blue Mound, it's included in John Day, so it's just intermodal.
But Blue Mound, it would not be the rest of Blue Mound. So we need Blue Mound and intermodal right-of-way acquisition. I think $1 million would be a good start. We have to start acquiring that road. It's just getting more expensive.
I agree. I'm looking to see if there's an estimate on here. No, Blue Mountain East.
Blue Mound East and intermodal, they both, and intermodal, we're already working on acquiring that right away. he's been speaking with him, we directed him to, so we need to make sure we have the funds. So we can clear it up next time. Can we just put $1 million for this meeting?
Yeah, that's fine.
$1 million for right-of-way acquisition of Blue Mound East and intermodal. And then the only thing we didn't get to that I had was Caraway drainage. He marked it for this year for 200,000.
And that can be pushed out, I believe.
I think
Oh, hold
that's
on,
not gonna
Caraway,
go over well.
because they're doing the foam, correct? They're trying the foam,
The Caraway drainage issue,
talking about the entrance?
it's,
The-
There was two on there. The easiest one is one in the very back portion of it. We've done some foam ran around just to help.
it has not fixed the issue.
It hasn't?
Oh, no.
It won't completely fix.
But has it fixed it?
If we go, it's to reduce the amount of money, there's an elevation issue there. For the entryway.
It's for both of the entrances.
Oh, there it is, Caraway entrance, there it
The
is.
foaming is a temporary fix,
They said they were
temporary measure.
by at least, I'd say at least.
I would say it is reduced, especially on the north entrance by
I'm
the
not saying get
warehouses.
rid of it, I'm just saying push it out to 27, 28. But unless you think it's a serious issue and that's not helping.
I think it's been a pretty big issue for Caraway residents for years, but why don't we talk about it in the next meeting?
Okay.
I don't. Did you get every single note? Sorry.
I think so. Let me
And-
run by it again. We're adding 300,000 to the, ball field, or the, playground community park.
I didn't think we agreed to that one.
Do what?
300,000 to the community park.
Yes, because that's what was requested by the Parks Board. But
The conversation was to have it in this budget, and then the EDC
would
pay that
reimburse.
monthly.
I don't agree with that one, but I digress. Whatever.
If we could just go ahead and settle on these, and I know there's still discussion to be had, but Marcy needs to regurgitate, so he knows what to prepare.
So, 300,000, remove project 2025.
Mm-hmm,
Add 100,000
mm-hmm.
for sports field design. And,
Marcy, can you turn on your mic?
Oh,
and then removing the library and putting it towards John Day Road. And removing the schoolhouse, community center, and pavilion, and allotting $100,000 for town hall future vision. Putting in, Blue Mound, Ultimate John Day to Harmon, 335,000. And then Blue Mound East and intermodal right-of-way acquisition for $1 million.
And you did say the Blue Mountain West and 1B6975? You might have said that.
Yes, and then, Blue Mound Road, FM 156 intersection 975, and Blue Mound Road West and John Day Road intersection 1,425,000.
So before we adjourn, I know that 4G is talking about discussion and direction to staff, so I just want to make sure that we're giving direction to Marcy that the version of this budget with the changes that we incorporated is part of the proposed budget that we're presented with on Monday night. So
No,
that makes
that's
sense?
not correct.
So that's good, Marcy,
The
that
proposed
understands?
budget is this budget as it stands.
But we want-
Now, after your public hearing, you can incorporate all your changes.
The city attorney verified that direction from council is what staff would need.
Okay, so that's what I would
that
like
is-
to,
that
I
has
would
been
like to
verified.
direct Marcy to have incorporate the changes as proposed today on Monday for the budget.
Do you have enough time to do that?
I'd agree
But
with
I
that.
the,
prepare
I think
a
that the
list.
city
I'm not sure I
attorney
can
is
have it all run
confused
through, but I
Perfect.
think-
Thank you
because
very much.
this is what was filed. It is the filed proposed budget that the public hearing is held for.
This is what happened last year. We talked about all this from 9 to 5 last year.
Yeah.
And then on Monday night, it was something totally different. And so we don't want to go through that again. We want
That's true, we don't.
So
And
we want to
yes,
make
the city attorney did verify.
I will
that
have that
this
straightened out on Monday.
everything that we talked about
Love
tonight
what?
needs to be talked about on Monday night, not all this other stuff, because we,
Even if it's
No,
just a
tonight was, this is the proposed budget.
And we changed a lot of
This is,
that.
this is what was filed with the municipal clerk.
That was your proposed budget, not
That's-
what we
And
changed
that's
tonight.
what the law
according-
says.
well,
Would
the
you like to go
law- once
review
again, the
that?
law get in our way
Go review,
sometimes.
go read chapter 102.
102.007
Both of
says
you,
the governing
all of
body
you have the
makes any
responsibility to read chapter 102.
102.007, the governing body can make any changes in the best interest of municipal taxpayers. You presented that tonight to us, so that's
That's
what we are
after the
doing.
public hearing.
That's what we are doing, we're
Where,
giving
where does it
direction.
say after
After the public
where,
hearing.
where does it
Where
say
does it say
doesn't
that?
say
It
that.
doesn't. That's your interpretation of the
No,
law.
it's not an interpretation, it's
Yeah,
black and
because you
white.
know more about the law than the lawyers
See,
do.
this-
This is we've been here
this
for
is where
11
we-
hours dissecting your budget, and we've changed your budget
Yeah.
to what,
Which we're
what
allowed
we're
to do
allowed
as
to
a
do, what we're
governing
allowed
It
to
is the
do.
proposed budget.
Right, but that is yours, which is right here. This is your budget. We've changed it, and so we want to talk about that on Monday night, and you're going to go back to this.
And that's the direction we've
And
given
see,
staff, and so that is what we're
go-
gonna do.
Oh,
Go read chapter
102.
Okay, so
102.
I'm reading it right now. I brought it
0.007.
just because
She'll read it to you.
I know. It does not say it is required anywhere to be the original budget that you submitted. It says the governing body of the municipality shall hold a public hearing on the proposed budget. It does not anywhere say your original proposed budget. And it even goes on to say the governing body may make any changes in the budget that
Well,
is
what
considered
proposed
warranted.
budget, at the very beginning says the budget officer shall prepare a
Right.
budget.
Yes, but
a
we're allowed
proposed
a
to-
budget.
workshop
We're
to
allowed
talk
to-
And that
about
shall
said
be
budget
filed.
and make,
We made a workshop.
And the public has been reviewing that
But nowhere does
ever
it say it
since.
has
And
to-
then they'll show up Monday night for a public hearing.
and they'll be presented the changes,
so-
and then they'll be able to hear that.
Yeah, we're gonna,
The, we'll see.
Okay, what,
okay.
So you're going to call
Mr.
Jeremy. He's
Mr.
going to tell you what you don't want to hear, and then you're going to
No,
get
that's,
mad
no,
about
that's
it.
what's happening and what has happened.
So, Marcy.
You don't want to hear what the state statute
here's what,
says.
here's what I want.
So-
You wait a minute. Here's what I am wanting Monday by noon. Mr. Ashton, Ms. Lamb, I want y'all to get with Mr. Page in the morning and go over the steps of the budget that we've just been hashing out here and are not in agreement on. I want an email from Mr. Page emailed out to the governing body, including the mayor, on what needs to be presented Monday night at the council meeting. What the attorney tells us, we will go by. Because I will take the attorney's opinion over state law and state statute over an engineering's interpretation. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Staff has our direction, yes, sir.
Thank you.
And then regardless of that result, sorry, whatever that result is, can we just make sure that we have a highlighted version of all the changes for the next budget meeting on Saturday of next week? Thank you, ma'am.
Last thing, Marcy, what's the plan for next Saturday? Should we budget another 8 hours, or is like, how many do you think, like a half a day? What's your thoughts for next Saturday?
The main goal of next Saturday is to have the council adopt a proposed tax rate. The county should get back all of the calculations on the no new revenue rate, the voter approval rate, all of that. Hopefully, way before Friday. I will send it out as soon as they get them calculated, and the mayor and I have a chance to check out the calculations and verify them and get the county to sign off on them. And I'll prepare those worksheets for you like I do every year that shows the rates and all the increments and where all the other things land, how much impact it has on the taxpayers, that type of thing. And I'll get that out to you as soon as possible, but it's not technically due from them until the 7th, which is Friday. And so I may not have it any earlier, but if we do, I'm hoping that we do. We got it a little bit earlier last year. But I'll get it out to you as soon as we have it and have verified it. But we need to set the tax rate because it's another deadline you have to have a hearing on the proposed tax rate. And that's going to be set for the 17th. So you'll have your tax rate to set the hearing. You'll have the hearing and then you'll set the tax rate. So when you set your proposed tax rate next week, you cannot exceed that when you adopt the tax rate. You can go under it, but you cannot exceed it. So you need to think about where you want that proposed tax rate to fall. And so that's the main thing that has to happen on Saturday. Other than that, I don't know what other discussion you need to have.
Only have the 2026 projects and then the special revenue funds. I feel like that's it.
If by chance, if by chance we don't get this until like 5 o'clock on Friday and you don't have time to prepare all this, do we need to have a special meeting that following Monday night? Because there's no reason to really to come. I mean, we can't. That's the main reason to come on Saturday is. But if you don't have time to prepare anything, I mean,
I have to have the hearing notice to the Star Telegram before 9 o'clock on Monday morning to get it published in the Wednesday paper to make it in time for the hearing on the 17th.
okay.
This is how tight these deadlines are.
And we still need to go over the Parks Board and these.
That's a special revenue fund.
So we still have all that other stuff.
It's not,
So
I mean,
I would plan to at least 3 or 4. So just Marcy, if the mayor directs you to make any changes that we didn't agree on here, can you please also highlight that in a different way from any other highlights?
I can do that, yes.
Okay.
All right, then, part of the next Saturday's workshop, the big thing is, now Marcia will have all these changes compiled and have a cost associated with that as the budget. And then when the county gets our tax rates in, or our valuations, as well as the calculated rates of the no new revenue rate with M&O, de minimis rates, et cetera, voter approval rates, then we determined where this budget lies with regard to tax rates and what can be, do you want to would you be forced to have a bond election to fund some of this, or do you cut things to stay under a certain tax rate level? So that is part of next workshop. All right, I adjourn the meeting at 8:08 p.m. Thank you all for coming.